You can't be ready for anything. Oh my goodness. Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everyone and their families doing? I hope you are all doing quite well by the grace. So today is Sunday, life issues, which is Abrabomu in some. Um, I have open talk. With open talk, then I can talk about anything, everything, with the exception of politics, religion, uh, trending issues that are unimportant, um, and insults and disrespect. We're here to learn. Hey, brother Kwame Omari, you never disappoint. Oh, much love, bro. It's always good to see you. You make my day. You give me like extra energy. How's the family and everyone else doing? I welcome each and every one of you. All right. So when I come on, uh, if you are, you have knowledge of the discussion that we're gonna have, feel free to join in. Today, I'm going to go into different ways of building, different ways to build a healthy relationships and marriages. A lot of couples struggles with so much because many of them they lacking of some coping skills. A lot of times, when we talk about relationships and marriages, there are different types of relationships and marriages, and some could stamp on, sometimes you have people settle or settle for whatever, because they're not really serious about the relationship, or they're not committed. Some couples are not mature in their relationships or marriages. Some, for when it comes to women, most women get into any type of relationship because of their age. They're getting old, so they feel like they're. Uh, uh, oh, thank you, counselor. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love. They feel like their biological clock is ticking, so they have to rush into like having children before they turn certain age. For me, I had my first child when I was in my mid 30s, and then my second child when I was in my late 30s. You do have some people, they have their children even later than their 30s, and they do have healthy children. The one thing that I can say, when it comes to African in the when it comes to African continent, Africans, um, most parents and family members and society will make it a taboo for a female to have a child when they are in their teenage years, right? And in some ways, I agree with them, because when you are uh, from age 13 to 19 years old, I wouldn't recommend for any female to have a child at that age, because they still not mature enough. From their 20s going, they adult, they fully adult, and as long as they have a job that will make them financially stable, um, then they can make a decision to have a child or not. Because I think the earliest you have your children, the better. From my point of view, this is just my point of view, but when you look at statistically and medically research, talk about is easier is better to have children, in your 20s going. Yeah. But most Africans, they have children later years. Basically, some fathers are like, oh my gosh, I know I'm rolling my eyes, because you have some fathers, they are up in your business. Some fathers don't even give their daughters the leeway to even date. Huh. It will be an abomination, or like, who are you as a daughter to bring your boyfriend at the age of 15 years old or 17, 18, to tell your parents that this is your boyfriend? We will do it in secret, which is not good. This is how and why some children, end up having to lie to their parents and do things outside home that can, kind of hinder their success, because it's us women who gets pregnant, not the guys. The guys don't get pregnant. Most guys don't have responsibility, because you do have some African men or young men who will deny being the father of a child, right? But when that child becomes successful, then they want to come and claim their fatherhood, right? But some children, it don't matter how many years a mother you will shield your child. Trust me, that child will want to know who their father is. As to whether or not the father took care of them or not, they don't care about that. All they care about is to find their root, right? Where they come from, who's their father, where their father comes from, which tribe their father comes from, and stuff like that. So it's us women, we make the decision. Okay, what's here? I see something white here. Is it gray here? Oh no! Is it gone? So it wasn't, right? Why you scare me like that? Don't do that. For me, it's okay for you to get gray hair. Me, I need time to get. I want to get old without getting the gray hair yet. And at least when I get to my 70s, then I don't mind. But now that almost scared me. I thought I had a gray hair, but I don't. Why are you gonna say that, then? You trying to scare me, Kay? Arabi, how are you doing? Yeah, Arabi is there. Oh, but of lately she has been busy because she has a lot going on, right, Arabi? Kay say you there? Where's my glasses? I don't even know where I put my glasses at. So, as I was saying, like, um, building a healthy relationship or marriages is something that some people or couples, most couples, lack of. And the reason why they lacking of it is because many of them do not want to learn, right? They just want to be with someone and don't even, as long as they get in their way, because for most Ghanaians, we know that most Ghanaian women get into relationship and marriages for material things, money, property, right? And most Ghanaian men gets into relationship mostly. Many of them don't want to get married, but because of circumstances or situations, some of them are forced to get married, because with some parents, if you get their child pregnant, you need to marry them, right? So some of them, they get into relationships. Some men, Ghanaian men, get into relationship because of the backside, the chest, the color of the skin, or like, they're looking for trophy partners so they can brag about it, talk about it, and show off with that. Being too no, right? Okay. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can read the comments on TikTok because it's so bright. I don't. Let me see. Shoot. How do I? I can hardly even see the screen. The screen is so difficult to. Do I need to put my glasses on? Okay, let me see. Oh, oh gosh. Arabi said I day. Okay. She said I day. Um left you a message on WhatsApp. After listen, call me, let's laugh. Okay, I would do that, sis. I had to put my hands in there to like kind of like be able to read it. I don't know why the screen is so bright. I can't hardly read it. Must I put my glasses on for that? Okay. All right. All right. I know yesterday you say you sent me a message. I was having like, WhatsApp. I have to delete some of the videos being sent to me because it takes a lot of space and then it blocks me from getting accessing that. But I'll do that. Hmm. All right. Okay. So when it comes to like healthy relationship and marriages, most people lack of it, right? Because some of them don't really pay attention to the coping skills. It's easy to get a boyfriend or to get a girlfriend, right? But you need to be able to really work at it to maintain that. And sometimes when you have some people, they get into a relationship, it doesn't last. And most times they blame their significant others. Not Most of us do not take accountability or responsibilities of our own actions when it comes to failed relationships and marriages, right? At times it could be that the two of you are not compatible, or it's because of a certain attitude that we each have, or the mouth, how you talk with one another, uh, the many conflict that we kind of like create because of lack of understanding, and so many other things. Or sometimes it could be the family that we come from, because some family members, even when it comes to the Ghanaian community, a lot of times some relationship is built on tribes, right? And then you may have certain tribes not being interested in another tribes. We talk about racism, discrimination, and prejudice from outside in abroad. But I feel like within our African continents, we do more of that than any other race, which is very bad. So, it's always important for couples to learn to build relationships that are mature, committed, free of conflict, and passionate. I I asked Kay, when was the last time we had disagreement or like an argument, and he was like, I don't remember, but if you want one, I can I can give you. I was like, no, I'm not asking for that, because I feel like now, oh my goodness, compared to like beginning, it was crazy. But now I don't even remember the last time we have a disagreement on anything. I'm not looking for one. My gosh, no, 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 no. I love where we at, because like we literally are using effective communication, our active listening, being able to respect one another, giving each other spaces and stuff like that. So I'm happy and glad that we have worked up to that point, but it didn't start out like that. So it don't matter, because sometimes you have couples that have been together for quite some time and they still have not gotten it right. You have to understand, when it comes to respect, most Ghanaian men talk about respect a lot, but what they fail to recognize is that the same number or percentage that they seeking for their women to respect them, as women also are expecting our men to respect us, right? Because you have to um, earn the respect. Respect is not given to you just because you are a man. Because if you're a man and you don't have respect for yourself and you don't have respect for others, especially for your partner, you will not be getting no respect from anyone at all. So it's not just you guys, it's about every single person. If you want respect, now learn how to speak with people, learn how to speak with your significant other. Mind your words. The things that you say, do not be hurtful. There is a phrase in Century Model, and in Century Model, it teaches, people how to identify situation, how to manage your emotions, and how to control the tone of your voice when situation comes about, because we are human. We cannot say, okay, you know what, I get upset, so because I'm upset or I'm mad, or I'm angry, it's okay for me to speak to Arabi any way that I want. No, that's unacceptable. Being upset, being mad, being angry, being frustrated, being in a bad mood does not give anyone the right to be hurtful to their partners or to other people. I'm sorry that you going through things. We each go through things as time goes on, because sometimes even just walking from your house to go to work or to go to the store or to just get some fresh air, to go for a walk, jogging, whatsoever, you might come about or come upon someone or go past something that the mood that you will get, your mood will change based on the environment. It doesn't give you the right to speak to your partner anyhow. I would rather that a man or a woman use the opportunity to educate themselves and their partner, but before you get there, make sure you learn how to walk away. Walking away does not mean that you are a chicken, because sometimes you have some partners, they know how to press your buttons. They know how to provoke you, what type of words to use. A lot of men do not want to be called chicken, right? Because it's chicken got like, when you see the legs of chicken, it's bad, right? So when you are being called chicken, I mean, for me, it doesn't affect me. Someone will say, yes, that's because you were a woman, right? But if someone says, I'm acting like a chicken, I'll be like, well, it takes one to know one, because how would you know that? So I don't really take that to heart. When people are upset, they tend to say things that they don't mean it. However, there is a difference between someone who genuinely, get really heated and becomes overwhelmed, And because they're going through some emotional and psychological pain, and they feel that they are not being supported by their partner. So when they are in in that state of mood, they will say something hurtful just for their partner to also feel the same way. But that's not right. And we have the manipulators. When you were when you were dating a manipulative woman or a manipulative man, you are in trouble, because those people, they know how to love bomb you. They will tell you something so hurtful. Once they do that and really hurt you, and know that what they're saying, they understand that what they're saying is is sensitive to you, but they will say it anyway. Pretend that they don't see how it's hurting you. And then in a matter of minutes or hours, they will come and start talking to you and asking you for things like nothing happened. And then they will start talking to you about, oh, something that you like. Maybe you've been talking to them about a certain dress or outfit or makeup kit that you're looking for, a certain cologne, a certain perfume, and stuff like that. So they will come to you and make let you know. I've been thinking about this for the past couple weeks. I would like to take you out to the such and such store. They will take you to a place that you like to go shopping and get you some, material things that you would like. So in your mind, you'll be like, okay, maybe he didn't mean to say the things that he said. And they will tell you that they did not mean to say what they said. And trust me, they meant every single thing. It's like someone getting drunk, right? Sometimes you have some partners, they will drink. They are not really drunk, but they will pretend like they're drunk and say some hurtful things to you. And the next morning, they pretend like they don't remember. Those people are evil, sinister people, like, control freaks, you know, um, and so many other things. So, like, we just need to learn how to build a healthier relationship, which means there shouldn't be any type of manipulation. Because if you truly care for someone or you love someone, right, you will not use any form of manipulation just to get your way of to satisfy your selfish desires. Now, desires, most of us know, is what we want, right? Something that we want, it can be table. It doesn't necessarily have to uh, be done right away. We can pause that. But the things that we need, that's something that we need to focus on. Because if a person gets dehydrated, right, what will happen with the person? At some point, the person, dehydration can do what? It can harm a person, get you sick. You can even lose your life because of dehydration. Our body is full of water. So if you do not hydrate your body, what happens? You run out and you can no longer be on this earth. Nobody will go to the extreme to make sure that they dehydrated. Of course, we all will want to stay hydrated because I don't want to die at this age. I want to grow older and healthier. So I will not be stupid enough to say to myself, oh, because I want to hurt my partner, or I want my partner to like pamper me or do this and do that. So I'm going to make myself sick. That is crazy on the next level. Thanks, RB. It's crazy on the next level. So you don't do things, right? We don't do things to harm ourselves. We want to do things to make us stay healthy. We think healthier, positive. We bring positive energy to us, right? So a lot of times when it comes to relationship, right, you do not want to develop unhealthy skills. You have to develop healthier skills. How to talk with your partner. What is the best time to talk to your partner? During the time you guys laying in bed, like I know some of our parents and our grandparents would tell us, okay, the best time to talk to your partner, especially the man, is like in the middle of the night when you guys, laying down after you finish the deed and stuff like that. But I came to find out that's not 100% true, because it's not every time that you, after you make love, you have sex, or like you do a quickie, that's the time. Because sometimes there are some other things you want to focus on, or you just want to relax your body. It's not that time to talk. It depends on the mood that you in. Okay. Because then your partner gets used to that, so every time, and then you open your mouth, they'll be like, oh gosh, here we go again. I talk to my husband any time of the day. Sometimes it's just about nothing. We'll be watching tennis, we'll be watching TV, we'll be watching some stuff, and we just started having conversation, normal conversation about whatever. And then there are times, if I need to talk to him about something important, I will ask him if he have a couple minutes for us to discuss some things that I want to, like, check in with him. And he will let me know, because if he doesn't have time, because sometimes he'll be like recording some music and stuff like that. So when he's recording that now, he needs to stay focused, so he doesn't need any distraction. So me knowing that he does not need that distraction, I have to give him that personal space. I'm not going to force it upon on, okay, we need to talk right now, like this is important, like what he's doing is important as well. So I will let him finish whatever it is that he has to do. And I'll let him know, okay, he can come look for me when he's done. Or I would just, like, sometimes he's just sitting in the office chair on the computer, recording things or looking for something. And sometimes I would just lay down on the carpet by his feet and using my phone, or like scrolling on social media, trying to like find things. Sometimes I'll find some videos that are like funny as hell, and I'll show it to him. When he goes to work and he sees some funny videos, he will send it to me, and I'm watching, like, we do that back and forth. So when he's finished, I'm right here. He will let me know he's ready for me. If I need to sit down, fine. If I can lay down and still talk to him face up or face to the side for him to see my face, I will do that. But most times I will sit up, just to let him understand that, what we're talking about is important, and I'm giving him the respect that he needs. Because sometimes when you talking with somebody, your body posture also matters, right? Because if I'm like laying down, rolling back and forth, now that's a distraction. Because some of our men, when you move certain way, they might get some ideas in their head. So you need to make sure you sit in a position that can have them stay focused. You know what I mean? Okay, so we need to just um we need to we need to just make sure that we teaching each other, right? And maintaining a healthier relationship and marriages also require certain amount of knowledge. You can't say, oh, I never went to school, so like I don't know much. Even if you did not go to school, there are certain things that common sense should tell you that you need to learn. You don't need a genius to tell you that. How you talk to people, tone of voice is very important. How you talk to your partner, how you talk to your children, if the relationship has produced children, offspring, your marriage has produced offspring, your siblings, your parents, your friends, people on social media. At times when you go to social media, you go to different platform, how some people talk, you can tell the person's characteristic based on how they speak. Some people don't pay attention to that because they can't tell the difference. But it's important because when you interact with other people on social media, you have to be careful, like, how you say things, because some people, they get provoked easy. Some people, they get irate easy. Some people, I have spoken about this, even something that you discussing, because they tend to do it themselves. They feel that you're talking about them and they will go off on you like it's their case you're talking about, but you have nothing to do with that. Characteristic is something that is very important in relationship, any type of relationship, romantic relationship, platonic relationship, whatsoever. Characteristic. Don't look for the person's beauty, handsomeness, six packs, big behind buttocks, big chest. Don't look for that. Look for the characteristic, the personality, how the person conduct themselves. It's always good to know your partner. Like what makes them tick, what makes them smile, what makes them laugh. Uh, find out the important things, how you can deal with it. Can I come up? Yes, sis. If anybody wants to come up, please request and I'll bring you up. Arabi, you can definitely come through, of course. I would like to have company. Okay. So we need to know, couples, need to know how to resolve simple conflicts, and avoid yelling matches against each other or screaming at each other, because when you start screaming at each other, the both of you cannot hear the other person, because everybody is having their say. I mean, let me ask you a question. Who in their right mind will prefer listening to someone who's making noise? Hmm? I will not. Would you listen to an audio or a video of someone insulting you? Because anyone who will sit and listen to someone insulting them is a fool. That's my personal opinion. Ọba Rabi, Yami Wakwaba.
Yeah, yeah.
Greetings,
everyone.
Yes,
Greetings, everyone. Greetings to Dada K.
Oh, great. Thank you. Greetings back to you also.
Topic now freestyle
Your free open talk is free, the same as freestyle. So go right ahead. Whatever you want to talk about.
Your friend is saying, apart from listening to you and Mama, in fact, God bless you, ladies.
Oh, thank you.
So much from you. And I used to join Uncle Ebo White. You know Uncle Ebo White?
No, but I will look for him.
Yeah, look for him.
Okay.
Uncle Ebo is like I wouldn't call him a marriage counselor or a marriage coach, but he talks about life issues. And I used to join his live called Encore.
Mm-hmm.
and he makes these stage performances.
Okay.
No national cultural center now for
Okay.
no invited me one time, I didn't go.
Oh, why not?
And today I was listening to, I didn't have the time.
Oh,
And
wow.
then mission video be TikTok, and I was happy.
Oh, I will check him out definitely because I like to learn. So I will definitely. What days he does he do them? Does he have a specific days, or he does it 7 days a week? Arabi, I hope your line is not messing up. Just send me the link when he's live and stuff. You can send me the link so I can tune in to listen in. Okay, Arabi line went off, so she will rejoin. Let me invite her back. I'm sure she will rejoin. Yeah. Okay, so couples also need to learn how to avoid problems with infidelity, cheating, our own right, and being able to take responsibility of our own actions. I mean, like, please don't come and talk about uh, polygamy because we're not talking about polygamy here today. I'm talking today, I'm going to focus on monogamy, okay, and faithfulness. That's what we're going to talk about. If you are married to one woman or you are married to one man, that's what we're going to focus on. I don't want to hear about culture or nothing to the extent. No, we're talking about being with one person and being faithful. Stop the foolishness, okay? We in 21st century, 2024. We're not talking about back in the days. Back in the days is no more because what was happening 10 years ago is different from what is happening now, 2024. So something we cannot go back and change. I don't want to talk about things we cannot change. If you can go back 10 years and redo things, then we will talk about it. What has gone today? What time it is now? On my end, it's 3:54. I don't know what time. Ghana should be 7:54. Yeah, Ghana time. Yeah, I don't know where everybody is because I will fry my brain trying to think about any other place. Anytime from now, we have the opportunity to change things, to think differently. Anytime after before 3:55 now, it's gone, done with, finito. We can go back. That this is one of the main reasons that is crucially important for men and women to work on themselves, letting go with our past, because our past bad experiences should not define us. Some of us, we allow our bad past experiences to define us. We carry all those bad experiences, baggages with us. We move from one relationship to another. We're not fully healed. We're not ready to start a new relationship. But some people are running. They take off 100 meters speed. They're running like something is chasing them, right? Like something is chasing them for them to get to a place. Yes, dear, go ahead. You were talking and it went off. Yes, go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I had a call from the US, my sister.
Don't worry, it's quite okay.
Yeah. So he was saying that marriage is not for everybody, and I used to say that a lot. That marriage is not for everybody. And even if marriage was sold in the shop, that is what I would say. That if marriage was even sold in the shop or on the market, it's not everybody that can buy it or afford it.
Yeah, it would be too expensive for some people.
Yeah, because he was saying that marriage is not for everybody and not everybody can marry.
Yeah.
Because of their character, their attitude, their priorities, their perceptions. So, Obi Ohonoma, it's like they look down on men.
Yeah.
You know, they don't see anything good in men.
Yeah.
They can go on and on and on about them about a man does something to them and it's like it's stuck with them. So all men are dogs, that kind of thing.
I was just somebody talking like about that, and I'm glad you brought it up.
Somebody like that, you cannot marry.
Yeah.
Some women are not humble enough. I don't know, when we talk about humility, some people think that honor entity also. It's not that.
That's crazy.
Humility is power under control.
That's right.
God created us both equally. He just made one class prefect. You know, he's students.
Of course.
But he made one a class prefect. But we are all students and we are a team when it comes to marriage. Look, marriage like love is an entity on its own. There's nothing wrong with love and marriage.
Yes.
It is us human beings that mess up marriage.
That's right.
We the people inside the marriage. Marriage on its own is a beautiful thing. We, by our attitude and our character, mess up the whole institution.
We create our own problems.
People talk like, and when you marry, you think it's an achievement. Yes, it's an achievement, because if you can make it work for like 10 years, you've done something. If you can make it work for your children to, glean some kind of example, a good example from it, it's an achievement. You have impacted your offspring. So for you to say that, Anna, our rear is this, our rear is that, our rear is this, our rear is nothing. It is us human beings that mess up the whole thing. And at the end of it's like sour in people's mouths. We've messed up the whole thing so much so that some of our children don't even want to get married.
Of course. Who wants to have headaches?
Yeah, we've messed up the whole thing, just like love. Okay, but the good thing is that, unlike love, which is a command, marriage is not by force.
Yeah, you don't need to get married.
Marriage is not by force. You can choose to marry or not to marry. So the people that are marrying should marry. Those that don't want to marry shouldn't make the thing look like it's a bad thing and it's something that if you don't do, it's going to be something. And those that are married are making the thing look like so I think I heard you saying people are getting married like onion, like they get pregnant and yeah, I had an experience like that.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of the bad decisions I made for my life.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
I got pregnant. Yeah, I got pregnant and it was like, oh, the family I come from, you can't get pregnant and not have a husband. So, you gotta get married and blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the day, the marriage didn't work.
Of course, because you were pushed into it. You were not even ready to get married. I mean, this is something that we say for the youth, right? Both genders. You guys need to slow down. We all have been youth before. When it comes to us females, once we get a taste of that thing, there is nothing you can say or do that will stop us, especially if you're demanding. We will still go and taste it because we get curious and we become I don't even want to say it.
So at the end of the day, the marriage broke down. I had 2 kids. I had 2 beautiful girls from it, yes.
Okay.
But the marriage broke down. But now I know better. So I'm doing better.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, so I believe that
Was it hard for you to like do the transition because you being married before and the marriage did not, last longer or did not, you know, stay strong, and you guys ended up getting a divorce? Did it affect you in some way, whereas you were no longer interested in another man coming in your children's life, or like that did not affect you much?
in the beginning it was very confusing for me, and I carried a lot of guilt. I think I carried guilt for like 5 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
Because I was getting to know about the Lord, and then I heard, it's not good to divorce. God hates divorce and that kind of thing. So I was feeling guilty with that.
Wow.
And then I got understanding, and then that guilt went away. But it was a bit how should I say? I was like, I'm not gonna marry an Ewe man again.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not gonna marry an Ewe man again, and I'm not gonna give my all to a man again, and that kind of thing. But then you grow and you mature and you get understanding as time goes on, and then you know that you cannot put your baggage on another person. You need to heal for you to move on.
Yeah.
And so I had to go through that process, and here we are.
Wow.
I've been married. I've remarried for 10 years.
I know, right? Congratulations. I mean, that's like awesome. And God continue to bless your marriage, and
Amen.
your family, because
Amen.
it's not easy.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's not easy to maintain
It's not.
a
But
healthy.
I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot from you, and I think the communication we're talking about is very, very important.
Yes.
Need to have effective communication, because there were times in my new marriage that the communication was not, very good. One person will end up yelling, and normally because of the learning, I was learning a lot. So I'm the type that you start yelling, and I will come down and I'll tell you, look, calm down. We're arguing, and I will stop, pause, and tell you, bring your voice down. Let's continue.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you were able to identify that's like very intelligent, because a lot of times you have both couples like yelling at each other, because Kay and I, in the beginning of our marriage, that was us. He was screaming, I was screaming. I was like, it was like he wasn't gonna, in my mind, I was like, he ain't gonna tell me what to do. So it's like, if he's telling me one thing, I will be like, I will match it up with him. And then at some point, he didn't know how to do the walk away. So at one point, if he gets to a point that I becomes overwhelmed, I'll be like, you know what? I'm out of here. And then I will go outside. I will just go in my car, turn on my car, and try to I won't move the car, because when you're upset, you can move the car, you can be driving too fast. So I would just go sit in my car, turn on the AC or the heat, the heat, if it's depending the weather, and just play some music. And the music, the funny thing is, he download all of them for me, but at the time I don't care.
we take ours out,
Yeah.
because there are kids at home. So we normally say, okay, let's go for a walk. And then we go out, and while we're walking, we're talking. And then we end up praying about it. Or one person prays about it. If the other one is so, annoyed or upset, one would pray for the other. Just like scripture says, how can two walk together unless they agree? And if one is going down, the other will pick the person up. So, of course, there were times I really didn't feel like praying, but then there are times that even when you're feeling so upset, you have to pray from a place of love.
Most definitely. The heart needs to be pure. The mind needs to be clear. Because if you're praying and you praying with anger now, like there was one or twice that I was so upset with Kay in the beginning of our marriage. I was praying and I told God, I was like, God, I'm not praying for my husband tonight. I'm praying for myself.
And that was honest. That is honest. I've done it before. I'm like, today I don't want to pray for him. I don't feel like praying for him. I'm very upset. You just have to be open. You know, God knows us. But for you to open your mouth and confess and say, this is how I'm feeling. This is how I am so, I'm at my wit's end. You know, he understands and he brings comfort because he's the God of all comfort. He brings comfort and he will make a way.
Your baby girl wants your attention. I mean, I hear her saying mommy.
She says she wants data.
Oh.
She wants me to put a hotspot on so she can use the data.
I see. You see, kids this age, they know about hotspot. When we were growing, when I was growing up, those days, there was no hotspot.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We didn't.
I think that's the generation difference.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's no hotspot, no social media growing up. Because I would think if we had it at that time, I wouldn't have even graduated from middle school because I'll be glued on the TV, on my phone, doing everything. Oh wow!
So I believe that people shouldn't be marrying for some people go like, oh, he helped me through school, so if I leave him, they're gonna talk. Oh, I'm pregnant, so I'm gonna get married. Oh, my friends are getting married, so I'm gonna get married. Oh, I feel pity for him. You know, we shouldn't be doing that.
Yes, most definitely.
At least I think now, I don't think ladies are doing that now. Well, I don't know the statistics, but
I think a lot has changed now, but you still have some of those people among us. So we do have some men who has been going through such experience that leaves, you know, a bitter taste in their mouth. So they no longer want to get into relationship or marriage. And you have some women who also going through with, you know, some men lying to them, not being truthful, dishonesty, manipulation. Some of them just wants to get a piece of their tonga and then leave them. I mean, it's not easy when you start a relationship or marriage on lies, right? Dishonesty, manipulation, and with the negative aspects, no, it's not gonna end good. One person is going to hurt the other. So we just have to be mindful. If I meet someone and I don't like that person, I think I should be straight up and say, I don't have any feelings for you. I don't have any care for you. I'm not interested in you. But some women are not being truthful. Some men are not being truthful. They just are in the relationship or in the marriage for their own personal gain, which is bad. I'm sorry. Whichever way you put it, that's wrong. So it's a lot. Apostle Nananya Mesem, long time no see indeed. It's a pleasure seeing you today. And I'm glad that Asafumami and the children, you guys are all doing well by the grace. And thank you for your scripture. 2 Corinthians 1 to 3. 2 Corinthians 1 3. Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of compassion and the God of all comfort, who comfort us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. Amen and amen. That's a good scripture. I love it. I love it. Brother Nana Kose Ventures, long time no see you. I have not seen you over a year. Or have you been like, you know, hiding or coming around and I don't see you? Brother Dumpty Joseph, hey, long time. And then dear hina me koda ye watching I need to go sleep wherever I slept last night for me to be able to see you guys. Brother Asante Gold Heart. Wow, I love that name. Welcome, Brother Stephen Owusu. How are you doing? I hope you are all doing quite well. It's good to see you guys. Mhm. Apostle Nana Nyamesam says, if your whole marriage is a lie, there is nothing of value to salvage. Most definitely, when you discover that your partners lied to you many times, there is no longer any way to be confident. I'm telling you, 110% bam. Apostle Nana Nyamesam, I so agree with you. Like a lot of times, most Ghanaian women have accepted that when a guy comes to them, uh, they lie. They come and lie to them, and we accept, and we start going out with them because they be like, I'm going to go and lie to the person. I mean, call your bad way lie. So, or no, Canada. Lie is a lie. So they will come and tell you so many things. We even have some Ghanaian men or some Ghanaian youth, boys, males, they don't even have a place of their own. They're still staying at their mother's house, their parents' house, and they have the audacity to go and get a girlfriend or want to marry to someone. They don't work, they don't have any job, they don't have any financial stability, but they have ways and means to hustle and provide the money or whatsoever. I mean, some women get into relationship because the man has money. For me, I rather, like, it's not like cra, like nothing at all. If a man is hard worker and they making an effort to build themselves up, I don't see why not, to help that person build themselves up. But we have had many cases whereas you have a man, um, you know, not having nothing, and a woman coming in their life and helping them build themselves up. They are able to make a lot of money, become someone, has more money now, and then they turn around and leave that woman and go and find a younger person or somebody else. I mean, that's hurtful. That is really hurtful. Sometimes it's hard for people to get over that. We have some women who family background do not have money. They poor. They come from a poor family, and the men will take it upon themselves to help them go to school, finish school, become a nurse, bless you, or whatsoever. And once they are able to uh, elevate themselves, they tell the men that they're not of their class. I mean, how do you expect that person to like be receptive to it? But at times, I will blame some of the men because when they offer to help some of these women to go to school, sometimes the women still live in their parents' house. They don't tell the parents or the girl that they would like to marry the person in the future once they finish school. For me, hey, I tell my brothers so and my cousins, my male cousins, if you are to support a woman, eh, in the beginning, let them know, let the parents and everybody knows that you are interested in, building a relationship with them or marrying to them once they finish school. And even you guys can get married before like they start the school or whatsoever, for them to be receptive to that. Because some people, they say you, and then once they finish school, they say no more, no, I can't be forced to get married. You can't force someone to marry you, and you cannot expect somebody else's son to take your child to school, for them to finish university, and then they tell them, so, oh, while I was going to university, I found my love. I fall in love with someone else. If it was you and someone does that to you, how would you feel? So I think it's a lot of times, I mean, it's us parents' responsibility to take care of our children. But when it comes to some Ghanaians, they don't have the financial means, but they having 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 children, and they expecting an uncle, an auntie, siblings, and other people, family members, to take care of their children. Some of our Ghanaian women, they pick partner not based on the person's financial stability. Some Ghanaian women will go and just be with whomever. Some men, what they are good at, they are addicted to alcohol. They always drunk, but they have a girlfriend. They get girlfriends pregnant. They don't acknowledge their child. How many times you have some women, girls get pregnant and the families ends up having to take care of that child? A whole lot. I won't be surprised if if among some family members that they are dating their own siblings, because what happens to the rejected ones, right? Some of us has traveled. I mean, I remember when I met Kay, the first thing I said to my sister, my younger sister, I was like, I hope I that's why I have to use you as an example because this is some of the things that I did when we met. Because Crisscross and I, we did our research to make sure that we're not related to you or your family at no point. Hey, what do you mean? I had to make sure that his family and my family, we were not related. Sometimes you have long distance, relations. So once we find out who his father was, and I told my dad, and my dad was like, oh, his father was my father's oldest brother's classmate. So they pretty much knew the family. And I was like, oh, okay. So we're not related, right? Can you imagine you sleep with someone, you have sexual intercourse with someone, and then you find out it's your brother, it's your cousin, or like it's related to you? That is crazy. Wow. Yes, there has been instances like that. I remember my mom told me a story that happened some years ago. There was a lady and a young man who met in abroad, and the minute it's like love at first sight. When they saw each other, they fell in love with each other. And they started dating, they moving together and everything. And the guy wanted to marry her right away, but the girl was like, I have a year to finish school. So he was like, okay, so when you finish, then we'll go home and go see your family and how do the traditional marriage and everything. So they prepared everything, and on their way, the guy, his workplace, some incident happened, so it kept him for like a week. So the girl went ahead a week before him, and when the day came and they went, the minute the mother saw the girl's father, she fainted.
Oh, wow.
She fainted. The guy's mother fainted because she realized that they are brother and sister, half brother and half sister. They have the same father but different mothers. So when they put water on her, when she came to, and the father also saw the mother, and he was frozen in place because he too realized that the girl that his son had fallen in love with could be his own daughter. So can you imagine? Let's say the mom is no more, right? Would that be find out? You will have two siblings being married to one another, having children. That's incest. So it happens. I
But
mean, I'm trying
but
to,
sis,
yeah.
so you know what? I think it's very bad for some of us women when
Mm-hmm.
there's a breakup in marriage,
Yeah.
and then this one will take this child, and that one will, the man takes this child, the woman takes this child,
Mm-hmm.
and then poison the father to the child.
Oh yes, that
And
happens a lot.
there's no kind of contact, or if let's say the woman gets custody of all the kids,
Mm-hmm.
they are not in contact or anything, so the man goes to marry and have kids, and then before you know it, these things are coming up
Yeah.
because there's enmity. The fact that you have enmity between the two of you, it shouldn't affect the kids. That
Yeah.
is what I did for my children. I said the fact that I am no more with your daddy doesn't mean that I
You
have
shouldn't
to
have relationship with your
poison
father.
poison
Their
the
mind.
kids against their father.
Mm-hmm.
So I told him one time, I called him up and I said, look, I forgive you for everything. I'm sorry for dragging you through the courts and everything. Let's just, forget
Mm-hmm.
everything. Forgive me, I forgive you. Let's move on and take care of these kids. Today I can call my ex-husband. He's married with 2 kids now.
Wow.
I can call him. We can talk for over an hour about the kids, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What your girl is doing and the younger sister is doing, and they are both in the university now, so we need to brainstorm about stuff and the stuff that you
How
already
to
know about.
support them.
Yeah. So that is one thing that I keep telling women that are divorced or separated. I said, look, you having problems with a man, not the kids.
Of
So
course.
let the kids know their father.
Yeah.
Let them have contact with their father.
Mm-hmm.
If the kids have been separated, make sure that the kids are in contact so that these things will not happen. They'll go and meet their brother somewhere and start sleeping with them, and they think they have their
Yeah.
husbands and or wives, and that is not it.
Yeah.
So we need to be very careful poisoning the children, we women especially.
Yeah.
Poisoning children against their fathers is not good.
Most definitely. And that was really big of you. And thank you for doing that, because a lot of women, whatever differences they have with their exes or their children's fathers, they bring it, they kind of like transition that onto the children. Even some mothers will have this dislikement towards their excess children, and they will start treating them differently than the child they have with the current um, men, or boyfriend or husband that they have. That's why sometimes I would say it's not every mother who wants their children to be happy in their relationships and marriages, because if they don't have the same thing and they see their children more happier than them, because of enviousness and jealousy, selfish interest, greediness, they would say things and do things. We have some mothers who literally give their daughters, poor, bad advices just to ruin their relationships and marriages. What's up, baby girl? Oh, you need a charger? Yeah, they will do that. They will kind of like put a discord between their children and their in-laws. So it's like it's a big thing within our community and society. Your differences, whatever differences you have with your ex, you need to shut it down, resolve it ASAP.
That's it.
The children has nothing to do with your
Mm-hmm.
poor
Mm-hmm.
choice or
Mm-hmm.
your whatever dissolve your marriage or relationship. That just because you're not together doesn't mean the two of you cannot co-parent. You can still take care of your children, and making sure that your children get all the love from both of you. One should not be buying your children love, the other one being the strict parents, because that also is one of the certain condition, one of the problems in broken marriages and relationship. When the child, you sharing custody, the days that the child goes to the mom will spoil the child. When they come to the father and the father has rules, the father becomes the bad parent and the mom is the loving one, or vice versa. The father will spoil the children.
Bad cop.
Yes, both parents needs to be on the same page. You communicate about the children, what is best for the children, what needs to be done. Like Kay and I, like our kids, we were living together, and these kids figure out how to kind of split us because Kay was a more yes parent, I was a more no parent. I will only say yes a couple times, but most things is a no. You can explain, it's a no. If it's a no, it's a no. It stays no. So they figured that out. They used to, once I was the no parent, they figured out I was more no, their father, everything okay. Okay. So they start going to their dad. And one time I had already said no to them. When I came home from outside, I see them on their iPads. And I was like, so I went to the other room. I didn't yell anything. I asked Kay, I was like, why are the kids on their iPads? And he was like, well, they asked me. And I said, yes. And I was like, why would you do that? And he was like, what do you mean? And I was like, they came and asked me, and I said no to them. So they shouldn't be on their iPad. Dr. Drew, welcome. And he was like, what? You sure? And I was like, okay, I'm going to let it go today because I don't want to take my husband's power away from him because he already said yes to them, right? But I also explained to him he cannot take my power away from me because what the kids are going to start doing now, that they will think that Kay has the power in the house alone, right? So what I say does not matter. So the thing that we started doing, we agree that when the kid comes to him to ask him something, he will need to ask them, did they speak to me? And if they say yes, they need to whatever I said. If I said no, he is also saying no. If I said yes, it's a go. And if he asks them and they tell him that they have not spoken to me, his response to them will be, all right, it's a yes, but go ask your mom. If your mom say no, I'm going to go with your mom. After that, they only come to one of us and that's it. They don't go to the other person. So if they come to me and I say no, they don't even bother going to their father no more because he will ask them, what did your mom say? So since then, there's no splitting. They know better because if you find out now, we will hold them accountable. If they have 2 hours of iPad time in the morning, they will lose half an hour of that. Half an hour to 45 minutes. Yeah. This is Gloria Gonzalez. Welcome. Yeah. So you're right. When it comes to parents, couples, if you're no longer together, it's not the end of the world. If you have children, that relationship or marriage produce offspring, children. You guys need to be on the same page to make sure that your kids are raised in a healthier environment, because everything that you guys say, whatever you mad at with their father, you shouldn't be having that conversation with your children. And whatever you disagreement or dislikement you have for the mother, the dad, you should not be having that conversation with your children. It's both of you, your issues. It has nothing to do with your children. We have some parents, they use their children against their ex partners and stuff like that. And for me, I just feel like it's just a petty thing to do as a grown person, to use your children against their father or their mother.
And it's not even good for the kids. Yeah. Because if they are girls, they're gonna grow up, thinking that men are scum.
Yeah.
And if they are boys, they're gonna grow up looking down on women and that kind of thing. That's why we have all these men and women in the society who are, of course, traumatized, and they have different kind of perception about marriage and love and all these things that we talk about every day.
Most definitely.
Yeah, some of the trauma is coming from there, dysfunctional families.
Yes.
Some of the trauma is coming from dysfunctional families.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't know how to make the blended family work.
Most
We're no more
definitely.
together. Yes, we don't need to be enemies.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't need to put the baggage on the kids.
Oh, yes.
And we don't. And then, the kids are already feeling, oh, is it because of me that my mommy and my daddy split up? Kids do that. They think it's because of them.
I mean, some mothers made it seem like it. I mean, sometimes you do have some relationships and marriages dissolve because one of them may not want to start having children, and the case came about. So they were not prepared for that. But they came along and they don't believe in abortion, so they end up having the children. I mean, some mothers, they have PTSD because of that, and they may not have a relationship with their own daughters and sons. And especially if you have one of your child looking like your ex, that child is not going to be your favorite. You see, and they would treat that child differently than the other siblings, which will be so obvious that that child, get emotionally, psychologically abuse in some ways. The things that the mom would say, or like how they will be treated, it will affect them, and it will affect their relationships and marriages when they get older. So a lot of times the behavior that most of us display in our relationship is the outbringing, the people that we grew up around. If you are left with a family, with some family members, sometimes you adopt some of those behaviors from some of your cousins, uncles, aunties, neighbors, tenants in the house, because back home there's a lot of family homes that you also have some tenants living there, right? So if you have some of them with poor characteristics, and your child or your niece or your nephew hang out with them more, they're going to pick up on some of those personalities. Yeah. So for my kids, I'm raising my kids with my husband. I'm not having any family member. The only family members that I see myself having my children stay with, if Kay and I not capable of taking care of them, will be my parents, my younger sister, and my older sister. Like my brother, because he's a boy, he's a guy, and his wife may not be so may not want to take care of um his sister's children. I wouldn't put that stress on him, because I know my brother, he would take care of my children, but I wouldn't give him that burden. Yeah. Yeah, but for my cousins, I have a lot of cousins from my father's side and my mother's side who are lovely. But from my experience, the things that I experienced, living with some of my mother's brothers, I wouldn't bring my children for anyone aside from my parents and my big sister and younger sister. I wouldn't. Even my best friends, I wouldn't bring my kids for them to take care of them. I'm responsible for my kids. Kay and I are responsible for our kids, because when we were having sex, we didn't go and call anybody to come help us have sex. So we're responsible for them. Some people don't see it that way. Some people prefer, like, some Ghanaians, extended families, they expecting other family members to support them raise their children. But I don't think it's our job to do that. You made the decision to have children, those are your responsibility. Take care of it. So if you make a poor decision, you go and date someone who is not responsible, a man who does not work, but they go out and to hang with friends smoking weed and all that, and you want to have kids with that person, and you expecting a cousin, an uncle, an auntie, your parents to take care of you. I'm sorry, I'm not the it person. Mm-mm. I won't be that
They
aunt
might
for
even
you.
bring you. They might bring you a kid from outside.
Of course. I'm not taking care of, like, if you are not responsible parent and you chose to have kids knowing full well that the partner that you lay down with cannot take care of your kids, I'm not the auntie that is you going to expect to come and take care of your children. Mm-mm, it's not me. Someone will say, hey, Sister Ipa, and your Sister Ipa, I'm just speaking the plain truth.
What's your worry? I know what to operate.
I don't know, sister. I mean, sometimes, I like the fact that we have extended family. It means that, you're going to have some people around you all the time. But when it comes to the extended family, there are some things that we need to kind of like uh, boundaries, like set boundaries. Because, like, if my grandparents are alive, it will be on both sides. It will be my dad and my mom's responsibility to support them. I don't see why the grandchild, I mean, on holidays and their born day, I don't have any problem with that. Every year, giving my grandparents a gift, I would not have any problem with that because they are my grandparents, right? But to expect me every month, no way. I'm good. I'm not trying to be me. I'm just being real. Um my parents, like they were hard workers, I mean, because of them, all my siblings, my brothers, my sisters,
They're always pregnant and they are not doing anything. The best they are doing is either selling fish or selling cooked rice by the street or something, and you're still giving birth. And I'm like, hey, PPAG is just here. You can go there and do family planning. Because I will be walking on the street and your child will stop me and say, give me 1 cedi, give me 2 cedis. I can do that 1, 2, 3 times. But then how many times will I be doing that and you keep giving birth? So indirectly it affects society.
It does.
This whole thing indirectly affects you that is staying on your own somewhere, minding your business. Is going to affect you because you're going to go out and they're going to stop you on the street. Of course, they do it all the time. You go to campus, they're doing it. You go to certain places, they are there. You see the kids, young kids, and then the girls, 14, 15, are entering the hostels. Oh, let me watch for you. Before you know it, they are lying down for you to sleep with them. The university students are sleeping with them.
That's crazy. I think
they in turn will have babies having babies.
Frankly, I just feel like our part of the culture and the tradition. Today I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but this brings it back on. It enables some of our family members to be to not be able to make any efforts, right? There is a word, but I don't want to use it because you do have some individuals, some people who goes through it. In U.S., you have the government. He supports a lot of in people who have some type of disability, right? And the disability, they have different intellectuals, which is they have the mild, moderate, severe, profound, and so forth. So it's like some disability, you see, you can tell. Others, if they don't tell you, you won't be able to tell because it's mild, right? You have individuals with in the wheelchair. You have individuals, you have people who do not have any arms and stuff, like people who are blind and stuff. And those people in America, some of them are working. They're working on. They're looking for jobs. They don't tell you, say, oh, many friend me nkwa adwuma anasa mete akunya mu nti no me nkwa adwuma. Omo places are omo wheelchair accessible. Hi Ray, my handsome son. But say Ghana, nipa bebre, ebi wo mabusua mu, omo nyare, enso no as te say eniha, eni enibre, eni say ono no pese obi na bre, no de nanuma bie nti no onkɔpɛ adwuma nyɛ da biara no ɔpɛ sɛ obi. Oh, thank you, Ray. Oh my goodness, Ray, where are you getting this money sending me all this? Sending Arabi stuff, but thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah. Are you sending us some? Now what has it on sending? Ray, papa said no, they aren't sending the baby. And to say like the way mommy for binom no. Ne ban yare nya hwe be ma katachia na beti akoti akoti no tifie wonye adwuma de onim sister ene de emunye o odi a o ema mienu mien chese wonwe ne ho nso kra o omo ni sika no nso kra mpo na pe ma akese so I know I na bufu don the ones who don't have their own money, no. They're the ones who do not want to hustle, no. They're the ones who wants to be womanizer. Would be done musa or no kwada crampo and Adam to be them no kwada. No, but I won't swap so ain't you notice like the way now society needs we just we have a long way to go.
I don't believe this I don't believe that thing.
Ejuma no to say abroad has a government job, no, and even banks, banks no crampo no, and we have private banks, right? And it's not government. There's one or two banks now connected to the government, but majority of the banks, and private sectors, right? And you may walk from ejuma me yes say, and ya ban ejuma post office ejuma no, and ya ban ejuma meboa. Post office a DMB to say omo ye your friend is saying senators no ne a house of representatives omo yeah aban federal ejuma no immigration no ne ade no. But aside from that, everything else, private sectors, and no nama ejuma wo krom has you. Numa bebre ba ye mu bebre ye no.
And yeah, government. But the thing is, we go to school and we are taught to be entrepreneurs.
So
I know school, UCC.
Right?
When you go to UCC, especially, you are taught to be an entrepreneur, create something, create a job for yourself.
Okay.
And create it so that others will also get something to do. But the youth of today want quick money.
Yeah.
They don't believe in little drops of water. So if obe wie no be creative bibi na wenya bibi nkakran no happen boom. And you can be an entrepreneur and you think that you can just go and do it boom. And then secondly, they feel like I don't know, like you're doing this program. How many people are watching?
Oh, not that many, because
the educative programs that you can join in.
People don't want to watch.
You can. Me, it's I'm saying this year that and as I last year, Banana America, so I've been very active with this whole life thing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about this whole life thing much.
Mm-hmm.
But once I got to know, I was like, oh, I could learn something from this. Maybe a TikTok crunch.
Mm-hmm.
But I've learned quite a lot. And when COVID came, I went on YouTube and I learned how to do something.
Yeah.
See, I'm thinking I've seen something else that is catching up, and I want to go into that one too.
Yeah.
Me share videos, and then you say, "Let me share something about social media marketing."
Wow.
Other things. Now, me would die.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of things, information on the internet that you can learn even after you finish school.
Yeah.
Right. But they don't want to learn it. You have the time to actually learn it and get bits of knowledge is gained in bits and pieces.
Yes. Obi
so when you get it now, the boom one.
Arabi.
Let's just say,
Obi ohano no to say ehwe medical ne salamaka fijai ehwe nipa so. I mean, what business do I have?
Exactly.
Enya basama.
Exactly.
Enya mi case kra, but hede ni the baby a wobekọ bia na me say nenti nipa omonwe omo ho ana obi ni obi aware na ejaya. Is this news?
Exactly.
It's not news. Aware jaye etimi wo ho no, because nipa mienu mu get it together. Na mu mienu mu ni ntiase ana say na entu pa che say be ma no okofa oba no ni moba ni suban no okofa no. And oba no okofa be ma no ni be ma ni suban no okofa no. Sometimes we put ourselves in situation, we know how the person is, we see the red flags before we even get married. But some of us, we think it's a lack of knowledge. Once we get married now, we can change the person. I can never change Kay, and Kay can never change me unless I choose to change myself and he chooses to change himself. Into your baby, and I can positively influence Kay based on my character. If I bring positive energy now, it will influence him at some point, because when he observe me and see the things that I'm doing now, it will get to a point now he will become aware of my personality, and he'll be like, he will start thinking, hey, now wifey, the way wifey is, they say I need to change some of my ways. So
exactly, yeah.
You become a role model for your partner, for your children, for people around you. So gradually, some of your positivity, your personality will rub off on others.
Yeah.
But say maybe can say maybe because me worry for no. I thought say I will be able to change K, but at some point we kept butting head. And at some point I was like, okay, this is not working. What can I do? Until I started learning effective how to talk to your partner. How to compliment him and not only focusing on the negative. I can pinpoint case wrongdoing all the time. If there are areas that he's good, I need to compliment him. If there are areas that I'm good, he needs to compliment me, and Kay knows the type of food that he likes me to do. If he wants those, he will ask me and I'll do it for him, because he can cook himself. He didn't know how to cook, but he learned how to cook and do some things. And it's okay. He helps me in the house. He has his weakness. I have my weakness. We both have identified. We're working on it. So being in a relationship, in the marriages, it's not our job to go and help, work on change others. It's changing ourselves, working on ourselves. not bringing too much baggages into the relationship and marriages. I can't carry anybody's garbages, so baggages.
No. And you know, we go to school and we learn things like conflict
resolution.
management.
Hi, Mr. Lee.
You know, conflict resolution, and we are not using it. The beef comes and then we are in it. We are joining with the beef. When we went to school, we learned about conflict resolution. Why don't you apply it?
Oh, many people have forgotten.
That is why when I see you doing beef, I either unfollow you or I ignore you.
Yeah. I mean,
because I don't want to be part of that. Because I see myself that I have issues I'm dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
And I need that positivity around me.
Yeah.
So if you're always doing beef, even if you're playing with it, why would you even be playing with things like that?
We can't play with people's emotions.
Unfollow you. I've done it here on TikTok. I've done it on Facebook. I've done it. If I see you are playful with this beef thing and stuff, we are we have a can we now hey, you come no muscle life, you come here now. No, like I don't know whether they are playing, they are serious, or what. I don't need that. Yeah. So I either unfollow you or I ignore you. I drink water and mind my business.
Yeah.
What is the conflict resolution that we learned about? Why don't we apply it and show people how it's done so that they will stop doing the beef?
You know, a lot of people use the beef to gain views and, you know,
and traction. I know, yeah. But is that necessary? Do you need to do that to get traction? And besides, if you don't have all the likes, you know, you can impact 2 lives.
Yeah.
And that is worth it. Than having all the thousands of followers and you keep doing this beef thing to gain traction. That is so low.
Because, Arabi, that's what sells. Negativity sells a lot.
Too bad. Yeah,
when people have beef, when people are insulting others, you know, like it attracts more people, because a lot of people, they rather want to see, hey, someone here, welcome. They rather want to see other people going through some difficulties, challenges, and stuff like that. But most times when you see some people, their relationships and marriages failing, I think it should be a lesson for others, right? Like, you know, some of the things that they said and did. I don't believe in a man coming on social media and talking about my ex-wife used to do this, I did this for that person. I don't care. You chose to do so. What do you want me to do? I don't care about what they did or what you did. That was your decisions. You chose to, you know, enable your wife or your husband to display this type of foolishness. So how is it my business? What do you want me to say to that?
Monique.
Thank you, Monique. So you know, sometimes, you know, I'll be like, okay, what did they learn from this failed relationship and marriages? Because the way they come and then they have you have one group be on the guy side, the other group be on the girl side, and you have them fighting each other. I'll be like, my gosh, people don't have lives because they don't want to create their own work. You can do self-employment, learn how to braid hair, you know, learn how to bake bread, something. Just do something. Create content, you know, do whatever it is that you can create, you know, to make money and take care of you. But people, like, you know, coming, insulting, doing a lot of, like, you know, disrespecting others, calling names, and bringing people's personal business on social media, like anything goes. There is no boundaries, you know. And I'll be like, why will people do that? Whatever you did behind closed door, I don't care. Keep it. You did all that when you were doing it and showing us all the things you want us to see, like you are in a perfect relationship. That's what's wrong with some of these Ghanaian so-called celebrities, they call themselves, right? Because they want hype. So they show, they will give bits and pieces of things. They go here, they flashing pictures, video here, they having fun, everything is cool and stuff. We need to have people understand that every relationship, every marriages, there's a time that there will be some type of disagreement, okay, or misunderstanding. But as long as the two of you can sit and talk about it, that's the most important, and resolve it. Conflict resolution is something that every person, both genders, uh, if you are in a relationship or in a marriage, you need to learn skills to resolve situation, learning to talk about things, having understanding, setting clear boundaries, being an active listener, being respectful, know how to talk to each other, be supportive. We can support each other emotionally, psychologically. We can support each other. You can be there for, even hugging someone can suit a person's need. Sitting there talking with a person, it can calm the person down. How many African men can console their wives? How many African women can console their husbands and boyfriends and girlfriends? I don't understand. Thank you, Sister Money. It is very important. They live fake lives. Oh, Sister Bohobium. People come on social media and talk so big. I don't care. You can, like, people can come and change their outfit every single time. I know if I don't have the financial means to wear different clothes every single time, okay? Like every time I've been on social media for like 4 years or so. So you mean to tell me I have to wear different clothes every single day? I am not going to build up debt. That's a foolish debt where I come off the live feed and I'm crying behind the camera. Heck to the no. I am not doing that. I'm not racing with anybody. I'm racing with myself. If you can go and buy Gucci's and them fake Gucci's and all that and come and display it, go right ahead. When you look at billionaires and millionaires, you see how they dress. Sometimes they go out in a t-shirt, a white t-shirt, a slack, casual pants, sneakers, and they go out. Sometimes, they put a white t-shirt and a blazer on a jeans. But leave it to African people and Black Americans. When they make something big now, bling bling, change down mukum, yeah, the two come crebe way without. Cars a bi mototo, sports car, this. Nansemu before celebrity way, almost file for bankruptcy because say they want to be flashy instead of doing investment. You have some celebrities, they spent time in jail because they invaded paying tax. You making money, but you refusing to pay tax, right? And then you end up going to jail. 1 year before, they end up spending time in jail. Abrafo there, me who say, Donald Trump, when invaded tax for since I was born, you're finding guilty on 37 things. And so still, he's a presidential candidate. It sounds like Bruni. Before, we don't think for ourselves. We can think about the now. But what about the future also? Plans for retirement. Because most Black people and African people, they're waiting for their children to finish college to take care of them. Sister Monique spoke about it. Say, omosia tutu na afifi nti no yenso ye behwe omosi tutu a yenso ye behwe omo kind of the right way saying na yes me kind
conditioner bi ko check
just saying na kani kama me say na me o kana chi basa be na make leave me alone. Okay, stop it. Get out of here. You distracted me. The tree said I'm Mekano. Mekano saying, no, sir, yawo funumu, omu hen, right? Not yes, see to 8 to 2 na 50. Say we akra will see to 2 na 50 and no. No, send a Mekano. Oh, it is almost here near 50. Okay, do the job. Almost here near. Okay, leave me alone. I'm not going to tree class. That was no. You're correct. Leave me be. No, y'all. Yes, you know. So yes, so yeah, but I'm not almost to Tuana. Me who's an Americano. Maybe I'm getting the wrong. Hey, you can't be that. You need to correct. No, Monica, come back or come and tell me what it is. But me kuno house. I mean, Mr. Monica, Banwa Bekani. Mr. Money.
This which you know, almost say. Almost Shayama, yes, 15. Yes, we have a show, Mamma, almost say to 20. I was sitting in your bedroom because maybe
already. When is that money give a can half an hour correcting or can you? And there, would you, Sister Monica, dear Cassa, and that dear me come once somebody say, yeah, building a healthier relationships and marriages. Simply Maria, welcome. Yeah, and only I can. Me wasn't me near program. I'm in my G class. Maya confused. Sister, I kid you not. And yes, I mean to you though, but sometimes me kind of Maya confused.
Very funny, very frustrated. Building healthy marriages. Oh, me to say, sister, Arabi, what can be brave?
Yeah.
Very important, but one place now, Kaya, me person me can was in the brave.
Bohobium.
As a Ghanaian community, a lot of people don't understand the meaning of affection.
Yeah.
A lot of women are married, men are married, and they are emotionally depleted.
Oof.
Because they don't know, you can say someone is emotionally healthier as a Ghanaian community.
Yeah.
And men money be wohonoma, me bomb men man, me real member man. And men money be wohonoma, nim say bia, ne yira you moody. And you know, Obabi wohonoma, or yeah, that affection and I say attention, even the attention now, or the maobana.
Yes.
Men money be real nim sad, you know. Nah, sister, let's not forget, say, you can only love someone the way you know.
Yeah.
And it's a bear man. One experience sad yena nasa wonyi yeno one ko anko yene ho adwuma he will not know how to show you emotion to deal with you and be emotional towards you. And many bebre ewa warimu they are not emotionally healthy.
Oh yes,
because they don't receive that. And many bebre sister Joanna me was saying here make us say so we your bar with me, you are able to deal with emotional health. You can walk in a room.
Yeah.
With so many beautiful women in there.
Yeah. And
you can capture the attention of all the men without showing no flesh.
Yeah, that's right. And
Samekasa develop you are able to you are able to create emotional safety.
That's right.
And a safe space. And this is how you know. So who your bar now who your bar for now one down for men matured men na make and yes, I'm men no more be matured men.
That's right.
You can have healthy, deep conversations with them, and they are able to be vulnerable to you.
Yes.
That is a sign to tell you, say, you have got to the point where you are able to create healthy boundaries, and you've created a safe space to accommodate their vulnerability.
Yes.
But at the same time, the boundaries for her, especially yes, the reason why I'm a and men that I'm able to create that safe, vulnerable space for them to be safe enough to talk to me about deep stuff.
Yes.
And when they leave that space, they still feel comfortable, confident, and safe because they know, say, conversation now you have, their issues are safe. That is a sign.
Yeah.
Because you cannot even hold a conversation with the opposite sex. There's a problem there.
Yeah.
But yes, a lot of men were coming to and developing emotionally to be able to be healthy emotionally. Affection. And a man beauty you sometimes you don't have to, and he said you can sense that the person's pattern or moods have changed.
For sure.
To set a massa, but you come manifest. Which means who said the pattern in a mood yet changing. And I remember they don't like being vulnerable. Unless you have created a safe space, they would never be vulnerable to you.
That's right.
And it's a won't build you emotional health. Now we'll create this space for money to understand, say, you are able to come and cry on my shoulders whenever you need to. Because your cousin said, that is the one person in the whole world that you can run away from all the issues in the world and come and have a safe circle with that person.
Yeah.
And partners as married a deep.
Yeah.
That is the one person that can see your vulnerable side. I mean, a vulnerable side. That is the one person why yare. And now when you are at your lowest, that is the only person who is around you to see you. It's very important to say you will end up with someone that you feel safe and comfortable with. And not compromise. Because it is better to stay single than to compromise to be with someone that you don't feel safe with. Now, when you feel safe with someone, you trust someone, and you are comfortable with someone, and you work on yourself, you will be able to build emotional health, and you will be able to meet their emotional needs, and they will be able to meet your emotional needs. And until a man be you are so who are around him or man will feel so comfortable, so you are able to be yourself.
That's right.
And so public spaces and now say you are so confident in yourself emotionally and physically and mentally. And there are women who are married, but they are not emotionally healthy in public spaces.
That's right.
And you can see that. And in your community, affection, any emotional health, majority is zero. Even so, who you be emotional health? Who you be my own platform? Na oba Now I interject and say you are lying.
Yeah, it's not funny, but that's the only thing I can do.
Yeah.
How can
Because
they say
that
that?
is tearing that woman apart.
Yes.
And now say, who your bema, who you emotionally healthier, unko platform. Now oba kasa. Now catch and say, oh, why are you being so emotional? That is a problem. That is a red flag. Yeah. It is a sign of a man who is telling you that he does not accommodate emotions.
Yeah.
And for a woman to express herself in her passion and her emotion in his presence is a problem.
Yeah.
And if you think deep, that is a form of abuse, public abuse.
Yeah.
But and see, I am serious thing in your community. A lot of parents do not know how to show affection, even to their kids. There are grown-up women I know who have never hugged their mothers before.
That's right.
There are grown-up men I know who have never hugged their mothers before. And it's a way your bar, that's a walk or hugging or straight away, no, not doing chimco sexual.
Yes.
Because a idea only bigger. And see your community need a problems, no, a
too much.
But when it comes to emotional help now, is 0, 0, 0. 0. I know people are trying to, there's a lot of people who are trying to do their work and developing but majority holds the key.
That's right.
And now when you come home, because of therapy and they frown, they interpret emotions as weakness. And and a lot of people have not done their emotional healthy work properly.
That's right.
And it's affecting a lot of couples. It's affecting a lot of marriages. We are Bema, why you wed mama men both you. We are Bema, why you wed and you have right emotional health. One shutting we it down.
Yeah.
We kasa one shutting it down because it's a form of you are putting her down.
That's right.
In public. Sadly.
Yeah.
And as it gonna form them money people, almost sadly.
Yeah.
And I say, Oba kasa no disregard the assembly or can know.
Every little
thing. Yeah. Every little thing must, but you must. When a woman is expressing herself, and sister, and women express themselves in circles.
Yeah.
Men express themselves in straight lines.
Yes.
And to say maybe I have to do my dance.
Yeah.
And natural. Mean to me, say A, B, C, D, E. Debbie, I can't. A woman's makeup is, she will start the story. They finally say, why are the idea now? Why you know? Or best start here for the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
No, I can't. Beginning of the year, we say, Emma, we say, Emma, me no kaya no, a year kakra. And I said 2 months later, who saw the year say, Emma, we say, Emma, we say, where you are, no man can't show me who did. Emma, my show one, so I could be at the but Obama, they can the same thing. Obeka chose and Nadia, we are the same man pay. What are we? Obama was starting obeying the dance. And to Obama started so why any dance? No, not Bama, we do middle, no, what stop, no, and now what disregarding what you have destroyed her conversation.
That's right.
What you say? And you know, Fanyama Wenia, emotional and you know. And uni obati ebia bibi ha no ubisa ni sa bibi ha no obeka chose bibi how hwe ha no
yeah
iya na vansant ka sembi o say obi kasa tie de nipa na ka let's intention away.
Yes.
And then this is what you say. Opposite sex mo communicate ya obema no ka kire oba ne say oba na be kana se ma kire o ka kire say this is what I hear you say.
Yeah.
Now what catch them they would tell you. Most of the time that is not what she means.
Yeah.
Because or no or can asem in a way say asem na o person wo this so no wa fa asem na kokun sa tie yes na mema no ontiasie because asem na wo be ka ne no wa kofa 1 year history e dia ka
no correct.
This is what I hear you say. Now feel the wakacho say ebia yes and I know really what I want to say is this. I think I need a arrival.
Yeah.
Typical African man.
Yeah.
Oba starting any dance. Can I sing? Oh, and I mean, you will be kasa na samba kuna beka, and I will go a kawa twasa. Hey.
Yeah, some more.
Yes. And the majority of the women in the African community, no, they are starting to retrain themselves to communicate in straight lines.
Effectively.
And no na man kase waya den omuade. O kasa big. Any fan office so fee. When she wanted to stay in her feminine energy and talk in circles, you were interrupting her and telling her say Mikasa tintin.
No correct.
Mikasa oba we kura or you single or bema man who are changing or Mikasa tintin. No.
Yeah.
Women talk in circles. Feminine women, ideally, we should express ourselves in circles.
Yeah.
And I'm bema kasa in straight lines. And so Sanyama when you say learning. Na yen relearning. Our Ijari and I almost saw Kosovo.
And then Kososa. African ebe triple. Quadruple.
Check. Sister, me say, so we a man in mema a bit me felt me catch us a issue pa me kumu wa worry.
Easy.
Now will be son say, now what to mean can't you wuku? Said you wabe catch me. Awesome. Now me bisa will say, Nasa was asking we are what to mean can't you wukuna. Na moya worry for nasa mo flatmates na mo.
And maybe a home room cram for some so which is bad.
Yes. And no baby will also on peso beka because nikunu beye because say or bekana sema nikunu ni mani feel stupid with the reaction. And to rather no onka.
Yeah.
And a man be so what bema no idea had deep power peso cano onka because obani be taking offense.
Yeah.
And I say obani be man look stupid into onka. Na no na wanye lucky. Na so kanya obabia on your boundary da. When you be bound so no. Na on any share ni heart to heart.
Yeah.
Na a attraction na develop. Afe mu wi amusi wakofa side chick. Na side chick no man listening ear. Esa man no safe space now ultimately expressing who vulnerable. Man you feel safe na ka person wonye again. Not that I'm encouraging it. But what you want him or her to do.
Yeah, and I can't say no.
Yes. And sister, yeah, what your friends say, your community there, your issues. But one thing I want to encourage women, especially married women, are more and down for.
Yeah.
And mema married friends, and mema single friends, and mema any man say. Always remember, say, you will be an example.
That's right.
Because so you'll be ultimate why you're with my emotional aid, people will come to you and tell you their hearts of hearts.
Yeah.
And you should be able to offer them that safe space, but be boundaried.
Yeah.
And always offer them the support to make them better, not to take from them. Because your money be one of my faith, you'll say. Bema ni bekana semtre will be wo oni oba bi wo ho enko yi na wa ba beka chro so we bia say ni na afi de wa koma ni because e bia ba mani na wa ka che say na ni oba we kwa de jane adenti na wo kasa chre no.
Yeah.
Because there's two sides to every story. Aden na wo encouraging you to be a better person and to maybe set his boundaries because you teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
Now, ultimately, fix this relationship. No, na say any year or no any decision. I will catch that is one job. I will pay them manana. And me be suit me, yes, sir. And ma almost share almost heart of hearts with you. Please be boundary.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't mean say what we're opening space now or be sharing the heart of hearts means ube ye kununu na wo ye be hu na wo ne hihye ho. So we are married and I say we are single, why young, we are comfortable and people, you have that space for people. Be boundaried and always support them to do better.
Yeah.
Not say me be supporting my adiana many women then our relationship are supporting to make better decisions and go on and fix his relationships.
That's very true.
That is what matures you. That is how you learn from people's experiences.
That's
and
right.
then equipped experience you are able to make better decisions.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Wow.
And see, Sister Adwoa, issues lady
too much. Young funny baby free. Where we come from, no too much problems. So hey,
yes, too much stuff. And the danger of your community now may notice in say pretense, any hypocrisy in doors.
That's abundantly too much.
Nigeria for now.
Yes.
Say a high patriarchy society.
Yeah.
They don't have much rights for women.
Yeah.
And very clear. And them said the whole world will be able to say their typical Alatenibema Etsy. But so now hypocrisy near more.
Yeah.
And sometimes you can say Ghana ni buy you say Ghana ni bear you say so foreign to people.
Yeah,
and that is the reason why I ain't been dealing with your issues. No?
Yeah.
Because you can't say essay happy now. Yes, you can't to me Bema ebunira yes say our real ben den bompaye kawanutu yankokawa sorry den hash. Oba ai ye bibi. Oh, yan kaya nuntu yan ka de hash. Enti eniama hihye nkrofo bo. Enunti da wo ma abeti yesi be me bia yi asacho wo hwetwe ne yire.
Yeah.
Wo beti yesi oba bi de bregu ayim we kunukunu. That is how Abeka said Kuruno Afidi to say jungle city.
Yeah, enya bianse nra ye kasa yang ni enka culture bia obi ba so a where bo wudin say ye krom no culture na ye to say that's typical example.
And yes asem na o kan onim ne e wo kan. The fact to say misogyny na we ye krom ho. So waba beti se waba kase wabeti na westernized country na we share western
yeah.
And tina ese oba no be enforce patriarchy wo platform so by saying African traditions no adwuma for Africa. Forgetting say it is because of some of these traditions. Entina ye was such a community are so toxic.
Dysfunctional. Yeah.
But yes, but because patriarchy now I shed it to the see the American want you one say oba ne kasa. It's once our bear kasa ne the so bear man or bano be shown in them as some platform.
That's right. I was really dumbfounded that I was like, wait a minute, that's not what we even talking about in the first place.
Oh, and yet me say now me change me username. And I me changing me the Monique the feminist. Now me name say yes I changing within Nankasa.
Oh, okay.
So, so I couldn't change it for quite a while. William said the mere fact said na me din asesa Monique the feminists no. People came and they were just attacking me.
Wow, targeting
just
you. That's crazy.
Because of the name. Now me call platform super. Now I start attacking me just because of the name, not because say me and now my kasa yokra ma join the platform ni keke. And when I mean how might you pick our people are?
That's crazy. They like are you serious?
I'm not joking. Into winning.
Oh,
a few days because now me person me change me in common Monique no. But me will username hunting a change until yes I won't mean change for a few days.
Oh, I see.
You do what I'm a
wow.
It made me understand why they behave the way they behave.
Wow.
When we say it is the reason why when you can't to say obi LGBTQ. Hey, they have these names they tag people with.
It shouldn't have to be. We all have the right to be whatever that we want to be. I mean, we each practicing what we believe.
Yes.
So we can enforce our belief on other people. And that's what I don't get to know. Like, if you disagree with someone, it's okay. It's not everything I'm going to say that you're going to agree. Everybody's going to agree. It's okay. That's part of life. But I just can't understand with Ghanaians, they choose to team up and attack someone, even if they see that you have emotional intelligence, you are critical thinkers. Now, some people will team up and attack you, like Mrs. Know It All, Mr. Know It All.
Yes.
You know?
One thing about community amenity is this. A lot of people in our community are threatened by critical thinkers.
Yes.
They are even more threatened by people who are very knowledgeable.
Yeah, I agree.
Who have facts, statistics to prove
what they're speaking of. Yeah.
And this is what they do. Me see, my what platform I share on behavior, especially with TikTok. So we name your staffer.
Yeah.
And one of the things I encourage people who are very knowledgeable is always make sure say submission you have done your research. So submission you will find 2 or 3 people jump on the platform and try to tear your submission down. Not because say Adiana correct, but because they wish they were the ones who had that knowledge. And they would try to come and discredit you. I have seen it happen over and over and over.
Yeah.
But when you go to other platforms, communities are knowledgeable. And I will say, let's talk about our white colleagues. Who come platforms so? And I say, African American for. That's a weird submission. Not submission, no, corrector.
Yeah.
You will get 2, 3, 4, 5 people come and acknowledge.
Yes.
And tell and say, I acknowledge this part, and yes, and then they will develop your submission in their own words. They will add to it on the platform. That is the difference. By your chromo for no, and so no discredit too. And say, Shana won't mean discredit to submission, or discrediting the tone of your voice.
Yeah.
And now say, or discredit to using tradition and culture.
And that's what I said, did you want them?
Yes. And he was studying, and I said, my submission will be Bema Kachre me say, you are not the only one who is intelligent.
Hey, and
yes.
You are not the only one
who is intelligent.
Wow.
Yes. And so we your word madu baby na so be reacting out of
it doesn't affect you.
Complex.
It doesn't
you
affect
don't respond to them.
Yeah.
Because which yes, cow. And I'm cushion again, I'm a become. And I'm a sure who SS, who research.
Yeah.
And a lecturer or no, what facade road in the Sutanasi. Emma kiss our work, no. Emma make max, I will be work so.
Yeah.
A certify some passes our paper. And to what would you now come on maintain your cry?
And Papa.
And a idea away your community, a lot of intelligent men and women who have the knowledge, they don't want to come and speak on these platforms.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
And it's sad because you're better than if we are not learning from the right sources.
Okay, baby, I beef war. Baby, I naked pictures and only home from the bow. I don't know.
And today, you was square zero, and one, what's me now, Crofubet, and I Ghana Conanim, and I Ghana, Miss Sidney, say near mammy who could say, hey, didn't say a corona quiet BT said. Those who have money are living comfortable.
Yeah.
But poverty way for the lower and lower.
Yeah. It's not
the pound so says ya call anymore. Ghana who said you want to say. And Tidientina or bar aqualasha nechi. Now was so ice water. And it rodo. I was sit crime would go through town idea what home to Papa. And Tidientina says, no mobeya. Roads na ben hon yentimi nya pavement en raising na yen little stalls and yentina yentimi nya little stalls and my pavement in between the cars are over there and then little stalls near raising hon I must be drive yen a hard shoulder or be drive na so person padia obetimi a pack wo es from abahona ya stalls na beto Argentina who say a may so show you did not street quamu and my car book there not government a cry timuno road minister timu ye
and some be brave to set a Ghana some the Okasa will come as it will take forever.
And I kufuado na me say a kufuado no a government ye elected governments elected ministers.
Yeah.
Ministers no Obiada government agency and it says say you will issue with roads why na your road minister
right?
and also so na your government now we elect minister no ono na anya ade and na say minister na ye dey not to say your responsibility say roads and you will come here you are responsible for it. And to one our constituencies, you should be holding them accountable.
Yeah, that's true. But they only attack one person.
Housing, land registry, some year cost of Ghana. And patent, register or land registry correct.
What?
Yes.
That is impossible. How is that possible?
Check, where did the paper, where did you need your assembly? And the registry, internal audit. And hold the and check it yes for junior money. Now, yes, sorry, not nipa bakuna ye elected no. They be because ministers elect
of course. They shouldn't be even in that position if they're not doing their job.
I'm a minister now, elected or no. I say, no, what departments are we at? That departments, no. You was senior manager, you were junior manager, you were supervisors, you were team leaders, and you were members of the team. And the accountability, no. To me, hold you on one side. Should be held accountable.
Of course, every position.
What's your say? Now say yes, Ghana government jobs. Me say. Again, the Krumha, there was civil service jobs website.
Yeah.
America, me show some more federal jobs website.
Yes, we do.
Ghana, Kwana, almost civil service job websites, apply unsanka.
Are you serious?
They only give jobs now civil service jobs website. I just a winning mobile or connection.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I mean,
Yes.
seriously, it shouldn't have to be. No.
Yes.
God.
Apply a drama me and friend interview that. Yes, say Miss Lady be can apply for civil service job Ghana. What department will track more than 50 times?
How? Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Wow.
And more advertising and some of the family members.
One more advertising.
Friends. Any more advertising.
Oh wow, that's not good.
Yes. Because I was asking myself, say, again, you to say,
yeah, because
when we have a whole department of your friend is saying, your friend is saying, children's department, you were your roads department, you were again, your lands registry, you were again, youth make us with all these government agencies.
That's
under
right.
the government, and then. Lady Nibekana said, I'm so okay. They give the jobs to their girlfriends, their family members, their friends.
Whom you know for.
Yes. And to say, crow way I get to me. You almost want tomatoes. Also,
yeah.
With him, there's one bowl nano. One tomatoes tight. Bowl nano. Now the tomatoes be a bowls top. And see who can say the whole bowl.
Oh, that's deceptive. They shouldn't be doing that. They're stealing from customers.
Me who video now me the best I was shocked. And see who tomatoes now. So we catch and say, mommy. No bag mama. Oh, bag mama.
Oh my gosh!
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And minima dia dream. Say even you change government sister.
Nothing will change.
Country ni mindset just say as pro.
From citizen all the way up top.
Yes.
Like it's crazy.
She say airport airports. Airports na you no. Yet me declare obi wanted no wait me off plane it's Ghana. Airports na no. Who do airport hono ma? One say yes visa will say Who do how be chia bribe kakra. Immigration officers be your bold crat me catch you saying nothing for your boy.
Yeah.
Yes, nothing for your boy. Maybe I'll still go to.
Hey, on my bank, granny.
When you said your mindset, anything that made me shedding me, you'll be a me pay activism. Me heading and say, a away. Until someone best someone dream. At yes, say the world is moving on.
Yeah.
There's a reason why a from developing. Oma Jane and Omont Yassesiano. Yakoya ni mama AI crack on him. They say they could suggest say Ghana should have a DBS system. I intimidate a criminal record check system. Oh, sister, they suggest ye di hunkomo a panel this. When him say Ghana for a friend, I can say, and I did your system near Ghana, and a bed and Krupa and Yajma, never mentality.
Oh Lord. I said,
mentality. Yeah, what teachers are say, yes, so almost group students.
Wow.
A Krobania woman teachers, almost need criminal record check. Criminal record teachers teaching babies, so you are teaching children in the nursery schools. They are teaching these young teenage girls and boys.
That's crazy. I mean, I don't.
Yes.
This is like
no criminal record check.
What?
Doctors, nurses, Ghana. I don't know. One more criminal record check because one more back room high, your mom called you police reports.
Simply Maria said it's sickening.
Yes. Sister, Nancy, case be a barman. That hospital, yeah, you see a friend in Ridge Hospital. Sister, Emma pie, by mistake. Hey, and so what you said, maybe no. That may catch them for minimum.
Yeah.
A big case, I do FM, Crano Moya, and Angel FM. No more who or Missy a money be cohonum. Now, me doctors, me how are you training or how they were trained.
Wow.
Or be say or operation or sorry near you womb.
That's crazy. Mrs. Adam for be and so for surgery. Or surgery new way. Now that's so heavy pain. The doctors no channel. MR you almost see a board than yem. A board no surgery room one operating room, a bony free hin a beton yem.
Yo.
How is that possible?
Mate worst cases. Me what Ghana. Me minimum my catch says a winima, sir, a hospital. Me friend in death trap. My catch no musa winima. Would the back cost a hospital no? I think I could take better place, my catch no.
Yeah.
Because stories are mate wo masuno. And my operations are they have literally been dissected.
Oh my, that is barbaric. Yes. That is crazy.
Doctors na you almost criminal background check. You're really qualified.
It's crazy. That's scary. I mean, to say, America has a either say and I say family member delivering room one movie. Magana, they don't do it like that. Inti akrabi we cry as well. Now will be atama ubatono. And like there's so much happening. There's no criminal investigation, nothing whatsoever. Nipa fani who di boning kwa hospitals and sorry mu baby schools mu like every single place. It's Sister Monica, I think that see 30 up a day. Like we talk about stuff like this because like that is crazy.
And Sister Adwoa, please, if it sets up the day, do the topic, just let me know in advance and let's talk about it.
Mate.
Because a serious issue where you crow the more,
yeah.
Sure, a chrome has say, me koya me myomectomy first time. The catch a doctor ni plain say, listen, if you open me up, nothing. You have to take my womb out, close me back.
That's true.
Then give me womb without my consent.
Yeah, because that's gonna be a lawsuit for me.
Yes. Now what call hospital routine? Now the sorry, doctor say where you just like that. Ghana lady, your friend is saying. Me share story no. Me who am the best send o. Lady no you very popular journalist. And omuko yi ni wumbu ho sa.
What? That's crazy.
Yes. And man the gray omako issues pa what's our hospital I don't know.
No makwatena aware mu na ayi obema na busuafo mistreat omo from barren no ni ade na nso ye hospital bi na make a great mistake no. I remove your womb. That is serious matter. I mean, I think that the place should be closed permanently.
I share the same sentiments. Maybe I may catch no beer, forget it. And would it be self-diagnose? Because one more dissect one show you cry and
That's crazy. Holy cow, macaroni. Like I think say, I mean, like with every your friend is saying officials are almost taking over, whoever is in control of the governance in know. Minister nominate so many MPs no, they need to do their job. Even as glaciers, like I am against that because you have to retire to get that money. Why are people getting money every year to every 4 years, and then they still in position? They're stealing from the country because you have to, in order for you to take retirement money, you're no longer going to be in the position. You leaving the position to give it to someone else. So how is that something that all of them are getting it? So if you have 100 people, multiply by however amount of money they get in now. That's why the deficit is going up, right? And it's not just NPP, NDC, people in NDC position, all of them are getting it. So this S gracia, whoever put it in place, their way of just embezzling money from the country, money that they go and borrow to do roads, create jobs and stuff like that. So I mean, I normally don't talk about politics and stuff, but this is something that's a concerning in terms of hospitals. How a lot of men don't even accompany their wives and their girlfriends to go to the hospital, and their loved ones are being butchered left and right, and nobody's doing nothing.
A little boy was unalived in the cell. That hospital is a death trap. I've told people not to go there.
That's crazy.
I've told them, hospital, forget it. And
that is really scary. That's a concerning, because there are some doctors, they don't have the medical license, but you can create some of this stuff, the fake ones online, so it's like there has to be an investigation, and it has to be investigators who do not take bribery. They're going to do their job diligently, because I mean, if you're going to put someone who is corrupt and take bribery, it won't make any sense, because they will come back and clear them, knowing full well now there are some things happening now. It shouldn't be malpractice, because some people over there should lose their credential. They shouldn't be practicing medicine, or work in the medical field, because of this type of incidents happening, where some women are losing their womb. I mean, that is a serious matter.
Yes, serious.
Yeah.
And it's a crow way yet me saying, no, I'm the last year, me who say, what was our cost sekisa? You be na unqualatina so around. Missy MP ni oba, Missy refinity. When him say MP na kotobiako, the crum. Ena kokurane mrewane wokrum hono oma matsna so. Adenti ya wose kokurane mrewa obwa, because na enche na elections naba. Enti no ena kokurane mrewane so Ghana. Ena ushe kokurane mrewa matsna tna sa iseka asa sekla de we nam so we ni ayasem. Es gracia na obepa kwajini nti no.
Yeah.
Obi de si wono. So I was draining with form. Because me a crop of before I make us say, sister, we are serious. That year we are the cockrane, what's name?
A drill less yana who papa for wofufu, and the woman woman.
Shasa yet see diaspora high ye dream. Ya cry your access to credit. Now say this week, yes, your friend could be a kujet toast. When you say, I'm checking the assets, what thought dying $4 million.
How did he get $4 million?
Airport Hills was a in Ghana.
Hey,
and I maybe say MP, a chiomo saying. Yes, it's I'm saying, was it 2 years ago? They say 11,000.
Wow.
Meaning say you almost saying by now. And with all the benefits I had amount, how were you able to save $4 million?
And yes, it is important. Dollars.
And I see what's our third time being so I'm going to find it out. No? And all the details me about the good. And you know, MPs no. And you interesting to you.
It's
the fastest way for them to get rich.
Hey, everybody. I think
yes.
She said, I don't even know what will work in Ghana to develop that country because you're independent for over 60 years. She said, yeah, see a quiet new crowd. Now, Krobia, sorry, doors from Hono.
Yes, same. Me, empowerment. And I'm a say. Maminya little rasim be better many namsiminya little research. Me and Casamira way. Sister, that's now what a domestic violence unit. Who call my website? Where we say story now, I'm actually go on my website.
Yeah.
And only for public show, Keke.
Of course.
Me say, buy you see no, and put that soup. Who do I said you bet what it tea on my bush? Yet take your reports I catch from say me kuna bro me. No more be south so cool details. What do you could number my woman? Be say sister. That's to catch them a many say. Or my friend you could almost sang can you could so she should go back home.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
That is ridiculous.
Yes, me be damn so high. What I mean who say activism now make no. And ya me to me I fi krum ha. I just want to Ghana ho.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
System no engagement.
Now, so why do we have a system in place if it's not working or effective?
System it's just a building.
Oh, and
it's ya bro now kokwa. Omo di ukunu number, be a flow kunu na ukunu di o matem, and now the phone to so.
And
go back home.
Oh, hell to the no. That is not happening.
Yes. And so on the website, no matter what you say, they provide safe accommodation through some charities.
Oh, wow. That is really sad.
They have a certain amount of money given to that unit for it to work.
I'm sitting here, I'm dumbfounded. I can't even like.
Sister, me waha no be a friend me say ni kuna bruno. Anapa me be started man no be a friend me say ni kuna bruno.
Oh wow. Okay, limited. We're talking about relationships, but we have a film open topic.
Me catch the pan say kodaf su ne ko report. Na money updates. Me waha na lady ni friend me say. That's for no ya rude. Now catch the woman no. Almost all my friend could almost anchor in John Coffee.
What?
Miss Subi was saying, the partners who are Ghana to be sure that this activism way and yet.
Oh my gosh. I mean, these are like, just a main drink cry. That is so sad. And she not just say, a man, Casano. And now Ghana, no, they don't even have the protection and the support of the officials because
they don't have the protection and support from even the church.
That's
they don't have
horrible.
The protection. Sister, Ubia Yan Gripono, Ako police station. A police phone beside said, "Dear Padina now."
And some cry no mubisana. I mean, to say, because that's a foolish question to ask.
Yes. So they are reporting. A bushia penny police station say a yes, some of the kind of fee.
For what? Because there are some crimes now. A family member or not, they need to spend some time in jail. There's no ifs and buts about it.
Yeah.
Hey, wow.
A bushia penny to meet up to 2 toma. Correct.
To protect family name.
Yeah, correct. And man that was Ghana no more in your sister. So sometimes me say me investigation kakra me who said the assembly anything no. So me say kasa me tie din because sister kasa, it doesn't matter which noise you make here unless you are on the ground you need to have money for people to move.
Right.
And you say you are forgetting man. Me say hey, I daft so me catch me say what will you lame ducks.
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
And you know the certain wouldn't be a statistic for domestic violence in Ghana. 1 in every 3 women. 1 in 3.
Wow.
Yes.
That is
1 in 3.
That is high. Because 1 in 3, like you're talking about 9 people, that's 3 out of 9. That is a high number.
Yeah,
you know,
every 3 women Nobako has experienced domestic violence.
That is not good. That is worrisome.
And I'm sorry, I was Ghana.
We have a long way to go.
Young girls say we school I pay juma. Many will say sister a juma no a quite the bupa. When your boss be on your foot ban, as only get any better and son woman a juma.
Chesa, what do you want? I won't tell you.
Our years of you. I
don't understand.
Just say anything, Chesa sister. So me see cases to be me tears and I'm saying, activism way. What do you mean to not room yet?
Yeah, you have to be there personally.
You have to be on the ground 24/7. And so why you are doing so empower and make sure you have the money to build refuges and safe houses.
Wow.
Will bet me taking money in temporary. And yes, our activism now we a joke.
My gosh, that is this is very concerning. It's serious matter. And we can't take it lightly. It's something that needs to be addressed, that needs to be discussed. And some people I mean,
big platforms, social media.
No correct.
No, Facebook money. Or doing YouTube money, I also already.
No, be on no crampo na ade na ekoso no no ye binti no ehun hia ne so obeba akọ ye demonstration about it. Yeah, and you know to say like society know that dysfunctionalness no it's very abundant. And you know, I don't know. We just need to like figure ways and means minia akwaba. Well, first name no meaning who said I mean pronounce no okay. Sister Kia. Oh, Sister Monica no see originally no to say no open talk maybe I open talking to be a baby boom be a bit me aka na infitiasi na make about healthy relationship and as a healthy our and they say aka na baby abedruni
we know about the way the system in Ghana is no.
Yeah.
She said that we don't even have a system, we just have like a building. I don't know why a little bit surprised.
I am surprised. I'm surprised. I'm shocked.
Yes. And money because the money that's to assembly there. Now me will comment not the press, right? Because a big issue Sister Money has expressed this. And I think that was research now, or who said that was what was happening, or expressing with social media, live to my name will hobby.
Wow.
And the thing about Ghana is sister, and can you follow a very selfish people, regardless of whatever party it is. And it's very heartbreaking because Obi to tell me say no. Anytime me very, very interested in my country because one thing, at the end of the day, no mind, that is our country. That is Ghana is where we are from.
No correct.
But also the way and near me see and I maybe say me vampire Ghana. But sometimes and Like they continuously take money from the outside world.
Yeah, other countries.
Other countries, so we own this, we own that. But you look at the system in which now Ekano is coming to, and you can clearly see, say, individually,
yeah.
But for the country, in general, we are poor.
Yeah.
We are going through poverty. We are going. I am from a system, sister.
Yeah.
Because and it's not just that too, but I know one thing your focus is more about women empowerment.
Yeah.
Women abuse and all of that is generally the top of the priority. But sister, network or website we have to go to GRA.
Yeah.
Go to internal revenue. Go to passport and raw honey.
Yeah.
None of their websites is functioning.
That's is that really possible? How?
None of the websites is functioning. I don't know. I recently paid somebody money to do a birth certificate for me, right, sister?
Yeah.
And I think when I make some money. Me say, I want to make birth certificate because our system it's not working. It's not fun. And let me say, our system is not functioning. And I'm sorry,
for sure.
Why do you go to work every day? Because if my system is not working for the past, and sister, it's not like they are now doing a new birth certificate. My data is already in the system. They are just retrieving and printing a birth certificate. This person has taken my money and has not done it. First of all, why did you take the money? First of all, there is no centralized system where every money being paid towards any service is going to. I think it's here to individual. There's not like a centralized
system. Because birth certificate should take 24 hours, less than 24 hours. Because my husband was able to receive the birth certificate. They will give you a temporary one, and then before you know it, within a week, they will mail you the original one, for yourself. Tentino to say, I am so dumbfounded. Papa Brefi said, wicked. It's like, this is crazy.
No, they are very wicked, sister. They are very wicked. They are very selfish. They are very inconsiderate. Because I really, even though I love the diaspora, I love living here. I'm much focused on Ghana. And usually, my partner has said, Ghana. I love Ghana so much since I spent like 6 months in Ghana. And I really like Ghana. And I would, after maybe I relocated, but when I look at certain things, the way certain things are, since I make Ghana, as like I'm fighting. I'm the most angriest person that lives today.
Everybody, that's not even healthy for you. It's crazy.
No, I start fighting at the airport. That is where the anger starts. Because at the airport, you will have somebody that is going to ask you, say, oh, sister,
I see in Tianica.
Exactly. And I keep telling them, say, because this is even though I'm more about an activist in terms of feminine and women empowerment, political side, I fight. This is one of my top priorities too. And I'm like, I hope you are not telling the Abrofofo and these people, because this is a disgrace to the country.
It is.
Don't tell me, say you are in immigration, and then you are telling me, say, oh, this is the way they now do see this law, see this kakana, see this, do see this.
Almost restaurant.
It is bad. It's so bad. It's like, how can't we fix this? How can't we fix this? Because, sister,
No correct.
Obinima obitre. And to someone the way now, about governance now. Consult other countries who are doing it. All say, yeah, very selfish. I said, this is a money kick and he's not the only person that is like that. Recently, there was a woman, maybe I think she's called Cecilia or whatever.
Oh, yeah, Mekai. Where Johnny?
Cecilia, the partner, but could be a Johnny Abesham States. Your man is market women.
What? Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And recently there was a guy who was arrested in the passport office. Sister Winnie Madiana guy here.
Debbie.
Ghana passports now ya print ya man crofo. Was sister Niane Guni ne drawer.
What?
And the police for me, they buy a police to receive for passports. Was it 50 or 500?
How are they then?
And Crawford is here almost 10 passports.
Oh,
no. We are printing and a book, a drawer.
How? Why?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Me papa me a life you catch me say mommy me talking about politics it's crazy. And you simply Maria said the older ones don't want to vacate their seats. And post from I think from 65 up, no, they shouldn't even have any position. They should the youth should remove all of them. I mean, yeah.
The younger ones have learned too.
Oh, you're right.
And the younger ones look to have learned. Also, it's young because Okudata Blakwa is a young entity. He's a young adult.
Wow.
He's in his 40s.
Mama, yeah. Welcome. Mama, yeah, say Katasu Mumuaso syndrome.
Welcome,
It's horrible. We shouldn't have to go through all this craziness because over 60 years independence. In Rwanda, Sanya Corona developing the government, the president Oba Nyoma Oputun in place. He implements so many things in Nomniade. But Ghana, I don't know. I just don't know what the heck is happening. And me, I'm a call Ghana cramming Kanem over 20 years in it. Hey, as a 19 years in Inamikoi. The last time I'm called Ghana in 2005. And yeah, they are making me at now full time either.
I don't think it's a top part. But it's like the thing now with women abuse, they say you have to be there. No, somebody. I feel like we all have to come together.
Yeah, we have to unite.
This is our home.
Yeah.
This is our home. Because once I had to America highway, they call this their home, and they see some of us like they keep tagging the black immigrants this, and it's not really safe. Even though we Africans we play it safe because I can't afford it in their face.
Yeah.
But yeah, Africans, we play it safe. We know that we have somewhere to go. But in the longest run, we gotta fix this country. This country gotta fix. This can't be.
Yeah.
This really cannot be. Honestly speaking, and it's like the mindset, the mentality. Listen, when I'm walking in Ghana and I'm moving with your driver, I'm like, why does this thing look like this? Oh, so why would they tell me that they have a weirdo?
Wow.
And I'm like, uncle,
we will never change.
And your man, sister, you're back with child. We like what we are singing. Why don't we create what that lie, for ourselves?
Now, sister Pia, Uba Kaka say, no Kromba say, abrochire for omo de omo ti abrochire na omo keka ne omo pe. That's what some people will say.
That's a bad mindset that we have. That's
Yes.
a very bad mindset.
Yes.
That's a very bad mindset.
Oh.
Home is where you make it.
Yeah.
And to be my imagine say, some papa, the next now, that's not just 6 months, my baha 6 months. Eventually. Because my and yet check the year doing. There was 2024.
Mm-hmm.
There are no established safe systems for women in Ghana.
Yeah.
There are no established safe systems for women in Ghana.
Yeah, and I think they should have a community services for the youth and women. And I mean, there is so much that neighborhoods, and I say in Krono, yeah, the answer here within Krono, Obia should have a community service place. Baby, you say be a mefan and sequampo say be or baby na ni kumbona, omo money in coffee. Because you will beat me corny to me one a second, and I see a tunituo, and I see a the idea brona and a wufrimu. I mean, nipan kwa here, ain't no mentia say, Bema be bet me up on a year kuno, yes, a part of the culture. No, every monte culture, no tradition, I say. And there are so many things now it can be changed. Now, you see, Monica earlier, and I will come about. Hospitals normally are there, and I simply Maria Ekase, a minor surgery was supposed to be done on his hand. They gave him anesthesia and he never woke up. I mean, can you imagine?
Hospital, we need doctors now on special place that you could train your one. I don't know.
That's horrible for someone to lose their life over minor surgery.
Yeah, because anesthesians, they are supposed to be doctors. And when they give you the wrong amount, you can die. You can wake up. Right, and you are supposed to be monitored while you are on anesthesia.
Yeah.
They call Ghana for your operation. We say, hey, sister.
Okay,
what my thing right now is your friend is saying. If you look at for the past 4 years, since 2020 to now, and if you look at statistics, look at the number of graduates that are coming out as lawyers, as judges. And they will be at the point I thought that law school in Ghana, no, I think almost the degree need to take. Because we are a lawyer, but the point is that money. There's so many lawyers, but the laws in Ghana are not practiced. The laws in Ghana are not followed. Are you trying to tell me that nobody can hold these doctors accountable? Because that is a loss of life.
Yeah, and
that is a loss of life. Why is lawsuits?
Yeah.
Why are people being domestically abused and we cannot take people to court? You take people to court, it takes 10 years to do a domestic violence case. How?
It's amazing. And also to say there's no investigation because there's no malpractice into doctor because they need to lose their license to practice their doctoring degree. And as simply Maria said, I am very lucky. Like I will have been a victim. I mean, look at all these things. I'm like me. I don't know because I'm.
Even if you have a headache, because doctors never see a trauma there will be fear. I don't know.
Wow, that's scary.
They say they had a whole show about that hospital on Angel FM.
Wow.
And you wounds by mistake.
Hey.
Share a joke.
What the heck?
It is a show, and I'm catching a minimum. You say, hey, trap. Oh yeah, we are men coho. When I cry, we are men coho. Baby from Tio, yeah, men coho.
My gosh.
Yes.
It makes me think me mommy mumre because me mommy ye nurse in Ghana. Uko hospital, you will come back a whole person. Like, but it's not like nowadays. I don't even know. It's just scary. No wonder why I say all the on my penny any more position will be a area or call abroad because say the people within the country, they're not reliable because wait me after won't come at any point, which is bad.
Yes.
Which is bad. No, I call what baby for. And then there, hey, I'm common nothing so now you do. Charlie. Your friend is my sorry, almost celebration of a members need birthday into no. Yeah. Me so me call party a check me try me nancy a check. Ah, sister, you be winty. Oh, Miss me Damasepa. But he said, sister, one me, I send me follow. But sister, Monica, may send you date in the time. You bet me abanya cancer discussion we say because who here pa. Hey, ask me your dimples, so meaning some me your dimples, and ask me imagination.
Sometimes yes, so yeah, it's big developing.
Oh, really? And you have to now obey and I'm in woman so many times. That's it. Have a good night. You as well. Yeah, I thank you both. Thank you also. And next time I know my baston tell me a dinkomo. Yeah, until you share you. Arabi was with us simply Maria productive contribution. I love it. Nyami shira mu nyina ene de matra memre no bebre nka within 2 hours nank me free so enom ne ade but today no some Monica Bass so sister Pia nso be join Arabi nso ba ye no ama agro no aye de pa but se me sheda our planning maybe next Sunday and I say next 2 weeks Sunday, na my schedule ni abe talking about sa concerns in Sister Monica raise it's say Ghana ye den a kwan a ye tu nyina no ye man enti ye ntimi hwe na nneoma bebre ensese sa je se nipa dodo e wo ye man no from bottom to top no bebre no the dysfunctionalness no edos no so many corruption enum ni ade enem rantie no se ne se pie ka no bebre nso asua empanyifo no esuban ene bi enti no minim kwan a ebefa so a ebetimi make a difference na ya unite ye ho na ya na oman na koso even to say adwadifo ene consumers no customers no ne ade because nnuane bi wo ho no kra sa plastic bags no ne ade a omodi nnuane gumu no ebi mu wo ho no ma just it's not healthy for people to even entertain that obi wo ho didi wi anu wajai no enyina plastic bags na gu from sanitation for to say omo prepare no ne ade like just say omanum no ko hono ma ye basam gata mu omo ko hwie garbage gu gata mu ewia ese aban emfi ne fie emehwie gata emehwie bola engu gata mu citizens na yes enwoma no nsuo to abehu no obi ahwie ne garbage ne garbage agu nsuo no na nsuo no de tene ko I mean it is an usisi gata ni mu nsuo no to ehin na eko ebe tatai street ne so ɛnom ne neighborhood between the houses nom ne ho korɔ ne ba aforɔ baabi a ɛni kwan sɛ yɛsi dan yɛtɔn asase koraa ne yɛtɔ kyerɛ sɛ there's so much too much na ɛnɛ mmerɛ no deɛ makɔ so paa na ɛyi yɛfrɛ ne sɛn ɛyi Arabi ɔyɛ advertisement videos sɛ bi a wɔ business bi anaasɛ bi a wopɛ sɛ ɔyɛ event bi na wopɛ sɛ wo promote a wo reach out to Arabi na Araba wɔbɛtumi ayɛ ama wo fɛfɛɛfɛ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ a wo nso ansa na wɔde bɛbrɛ wo bɛcharge wo fully no ɔde bɛbrɛ no wahwɛ sɛ bi a w'ani gye ho anaasɛ ɔpɛ sɛ o make some changes bi wɔ mu a Arabi ɔyɛ adwuma wɔ Challenge Enterprises of Ghana as a digital marketing officer. Ɔmo website no ɛyɛ www.challengebook.shop. Nti wopɛ books no bi wɔ Twi mu a wo reach out to her na ɔbɛboa no anya no ɛwɔ Twi mu na kyerɛ sɛ ama wakoma atɔ yam. Afei nso yɛn nuabaa Aisha Ankra ɔno nso no ɔno ɔnyɛ programs ba wɔtɔn Juice Plus natural supplements no ɛna afei ɔtɔn nkyɛnsee nso play set ɛna Avon product no deɛ you have to reside in UK na abɛtumi atɔ Avon product no. Juice Plus no wiase afa na baabi a wɔ biara abɛtumi atɔ bi ɛwɔ hɔnom ɛna nkyɛnsee nso no any play set like if it's like the shipment is costly more than how you purchase the items now, she will direct you to go elsewhere. So you guys DM her for her to provide the support for you. You guys see our sister Belinda Ejare in New York, Bronx. She has African market over there to get the best African food, to support her, B&B African Caribbean Market, located at 1163 Boston Road, Bronx, New York, 10456. You guys see this beautiful shirt that I have on right here? That's from sageshare.com. She's Sister Sage Williams. On TikTok, she's known Lady Coco. And then you have t-shirts by Sage. You go over there, you see some videos, some pictures of her website, sageshare.com. To get some of her authentic merchandises, t-shirts like this, different patterns, different designs, dresses, one size fits all, 85%, 15%. You need to have 32 waist, creams, jewelries, earrings, necklaces, bracelet, beads, handbag, scarves, and so many other accessories, right? If you go to the website, you see a pattern of a shirt that you like, but you don't see the color, please don't leave. She has a comment box over there. You can let her know what color of shirt you want. If you can't figure out what shirt you want, you can let her know. She will recommend a color for you. Trust me, she has a lot of insight when it comes to colors, right? And then your email is a must. Your phone number is optional. So once you send the order, she will reach out to you, confirm the order. If you order something and she's out of stock, but I hardly have that, and she will let you know and refund your money for you, or you can use the money to buy someone else something else. Her customer service is fantastical. She will send it to you, and whatever time day that she will tell you, she will send you the tracking number and you will get it. So let's support Sister Sage Williams. Go to sageshare.com. I should have let Sister Monica, let her know. She does program, I believe, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And she normally, you go on her page, follow her. You go on her page. She will normally post the days and the time that she's coming life. The days and time that she comes, I'll be at work, so it's hard for me to like tune in. But the topics and discussion that she has, they're very productive, and I would love to be part of it. Whenever I get the opportunity, of course, by all means, I'll join her to also come and share my opinion on it. So you guys follow her this way. You should be able to know when she does come to life. When she come live, you can tune in. And then, I mean, this shirt, I have it for over 2 years now. It doesn't fade. I have washed it multiple times. The neck, it stays the same way as it is. It does not stretch, nothing whatsoever. Suffer Samuel Koso and I do come live on Saturday, 3:30 p.m. US ESP time, EST time, and then Ghana time 7:30 p.m. Sundays I come live at 3 p.m. US Eastern time, and then Ghana will be 7 p.m. Uh-huh. So for Saturday we do it in P. Sundays I do it in English, but sometimes we mix the language in English and P. Other times, whatever language that you are fluent with, you can come and talk about it. I don't have any limitation on that. But I mostly speak English on the Sunday live programs that I come and do on that. And then let me see. Uh, Let me just make sure. Okay. So, and then I have Sisaya for the Atubra, our tobacco. If you see the background, you see the 7 books between Sisaya for the Atubra, myself, and Sisaya Boatma Boatimba. So we have Authors Hub Y2A. The Y2 is Sister Ya for the Atobra, and then we have Ya Boatma Boatin Russell, and then the A stands for Moi, Adwoa Odo, Mensam Safi. So you go to Amazon, you can get any of the 7 books, in the background. Sister Yafoda Fibra has written 5 books. The first book is Reflection for My Thirsty Soul, which is inspirational book. The second book, my personal favorite, The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. The third book is uh, Refreshing for My Weary Soul. The fourth book is On It, which is a #1 bestseller at Amazon, a guideline to taking accountability and responsibility of your own journey. And the fifth book is My Unapologetic Self. Um, that's for Sisaya for that. So, and then you have Sisaya Boatma Boatin is Echoes of Ya BBR's Chronicles. And you put in her name, the books will pop up. And then my book is Unveiling My Life, a guideline to breaking free and reclaiming my life. It's about trauma, things that I endure, how I was able to overcome my struggles, challenges, difficulties, and coping skills that helped me be able to overcome that, and where I was, where I am, and where I'm going. It's great book. So if you guys go to Amazon, you can get any of the book. It's like for the Atubra, like her Facebook page is Antilla's Book Corner. The YouTube page is Antilla's Book Channel. Her TikTok is Mama Ya or Ya Foda. Um, or Authors Hub Y2A. We come on live every other Saturday. We were live yesterday. We talked about overcoming our fear, which is a topic that was derived from my book, chapter 1. Um, each time the topic, we derive the topic from any of our book. We will, uh, we will stream the program on our page. So yesterday I hosted the program. Sister Monica and Sister Ya, joined me on that. It was a great discussion. We spoke about a lot of like aspect of things, like so many of us are struggling with so many things, so many people are going through. Some people can't even, express themselves and stuff like that. So just tune in. I believe this coming Saturday we will do Authors Hub, because Sister Ya will be traveling soon. So instead of her doing her regular program on Facebook, we're going to do Authors Hub Y2A. So you guys tune in. Um, so we come live at 10 a.m. MST time and 12 p.m. EST time. It will be 4 p.m. Ghana time over there. Sister Ya, for that to wrap, also have Antilla's Own It Academy coaching and book publishing services. So if you have a story to tell, you don't know how to go about it, you need a coach, to coach you, to help you also editing. She is it. I will recommend you for her. So um, you guys tune in, be part of the discussion and everything. So, in conclusion, I'm gonna go off. A lot of factors go into a successful relationship, right? But one of the biggest one is compatibility. When two people are compatible, they truly enjoy each other company, and they find it easy to talk to one another, right? In many cases, if you have nothing in common and you realize that you share almost no interest with your partner, once the honeymoon phase is over, right? You don't have much left to work on. So we need to have better understanding that compatibility has nothing to do with love. You might love someone, but that doesn't necessarily mean that your relationship will stand, right? Loving someone has nothing to do, because if you love someone and your mind is not working, right, you can't even make decisions based on common sense now, that relationship is going to be over. So our love must be with, in terms of acquiring knowledge, learning some wisdom, learning how to talk to people, how to compliment people, how to respect yourself, respect others, how to be committed, how to show compassion, how to set boundaries, how to support each other, doing oneness, teamwork, and so forth. Like there's so much that goes into relationships and marriages, but we have some couples who lack of that. Couples that are completely in love with each other break up all the time. Why? Is because they simply cannot exist happily, right? Together. Because sometimes you might love someone so much, but because you don't have anything in common, nothing works, right? Because there's always going to be bickering, conflict. And if they're lacking of conflict resolution, Arabi spoke about that, nothing is going to work. You're just wasting your time. Mutual respect is something, because most of our Ghanaian men talk about they want their girlfriends and wives to respect them, but they themselves don't respect their own female partners. So mutual respect. If you want respect, you need to also respect your partner. It's a two-way street, right? It needs to be reciprocal. So if you don't have that capacity now, you shouldn't be asking for someone to respect you, right? So in order for you to maintain a loving and healthy relationship, marriages, mutual respect involves speaking to and treating each other in a respectful and considerate manner. So you have to be very mindful. You also have to be realistic and honest with one another. Transparency. We each have individual personality. We have different manners and different outbringing. We were not raised from the same home. You come from different background. Sometimes we also have to respect culture, right? Tradition, and so many other things that are in place, but we need to have find a common ground to be receptive to what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. Effective communication is one of the tools that is a powerful tools. You need that at your workplace, interacting with people on social media, in your relationship, in your marriages. So don't expect other people, to do all the work for you. Both couples needs to work on themselves. When there's no trust, there's no healthy relationship or healthy marriage. In marriages, we need to build healthier relationship. You need to have a relationship with your partner, right? So once that trust is broken, uh, something that you build for so many years, it can only take you a couple seconds to break that. When it comes to infidelity, cheating, and stuff like that, most African men think that they don't cheat, right? But their behavior, their action, even when they sexting on phone, some women sexting on phone, you cheating. When you are married, you are in a serious relationship, and you on the phone exchanging some type of sexual inappropriate text messages with someone who is not your partner. That's cheating, right? So we need to be mindful of that. Sharing responsibility. A lot of Ghanaian men, African men feels that it's a woman's job in the household. No, the man needs to help out raising children. Most Ghanaian African men feels that it's a woman's job. No, raising children is not easy. It's more than doing 8 hours job in the office. So we have to be mindful of that, because if your woman is tired now, there are some things now they will not be able to accommodate, right? And you can say, I'm married to you, so whenever I want it, you need to give. If the person's body is tired, they will not be able to satisfy you the way that you. But like for our men, we asking you guys to think with your head, not with your genital area. There is time for pleasure, and there is time with spending time together, being able to identify things that is not working in our relationship or our marriages, and things that are working. The ones that are working, we need to compliment ourselves that we're doing a good job with that, and the ones that are not working, it's no more. So we just need to be mindful that a lot of times, it's not just about you, it's about us. When you are in the relationship or not, it's about the two of you, not just one person. Our men are not more important than as women, and vice versa. We are equally important. And when you are married to someone, the two of you are equal partners. We need to support each other, and we need to be able to respect one another and so forth. Don't think say being the a man of the house does not mean say you give orders and it needs to be followed, because we have fools among us. So you can be a fool and give orders for someone who is wise to follow through that. So we need to keep that in mind. Kindness goes a long way. So we have to be very kind to one another and support each other. So I have spoken long enough today. So I'm going to end here. Um, we will meet next week. I normally come Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we suffer some work, also Sundays by myself, and then I have some loved ones joining me through TikTok or here. Every now and then on weekdays in the morning before I start work, if I have some extra hours, I'll come on for half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour time before I start working. So, Sister Arabi, Sister Monica, and Sister Kia Limited, simply Maria, every single one of you. Thank you guys so much. Oba Aberfi, thank you all for tuning in, every single one. Every single person. If I have to say names, I'm going to fail. Mama, yeah, Sister Sage William, Lady Coco, Thank you guys. Dr. Drew, thank you. My son, you guys go check out Sesu Fitness. Fitness no with Phi and then fitness ness. You know, and Sesu Fitness and Bespoke. You guys go check him out. If you need a fitness trainer, my son Raymond, he should be able to like give you, make a schedule for you to help you lose weight, get back in shape, and everything. He also, sew men attire, 2-piece set. Whatever you need, he will provide for you. So you guys check him out. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. Well, by the grace, actually later on this week, yeah, I'm going to go and party. Yeah, let me go get ready. Bye, guys. Take care.